Hold on, let me cut off this fan. Should have put it on low instead of cutting it off. Let me put my headphones on now. All right, good morning, man. This nigga again. That's probably what y'all say. Here go this nigga again. I only came back for a brief second. I've only come back for a brief second. As I start off my work day this morning. To let y'all know and rub it in y'all face that you see exactly what I'm saying. Ain't nobody gonna come up here and approach me about debating nothing about my stuff. And I wanted to say and express the logic of y'all niggas. It's preposterous. Y'all people, it's preposterous. Because at the end of the day, you can't look at it. If you do choose to look at it like you don't get on Sanchez's panel. You got disagreements with Sanchez, but you don't get on his panel. The difference between me and y'all, if y'all do use that as a crutch in y'all's heads, belittled ass heads, and not get on my panel, let me tell y'all something. I comment, at least. I voice my stuff in his comments, probably more than y'all feel that I should. So I'm outspoken. It's a reason why I won't verbally talk with somebody redundantly like I used to in the past. It was so much subliminal stuff I just explained in a couple of videos ago or last video that I remember that when I was getting on, it was expressed a lot that I'm tired of the same niggas getting on my panel. Things like that. That's not the type of and that's where I'm saying the treatment is different when I was around, when I was getting on, and that's when I was getting on frequently. So at the end of the day, round two, let's get it on. Yeah. Round two, I mean, it can be looked at like that. I could keep this thing going another 12 hours just to prove it to people again that ain't nobody gonna come up here and debate me. But Sanchez, himself, I don't get on his panel. I don't got a personal problem with dude at this point in life no more. That was in the previous and in the past, dealing with those problems. But these people who got any type of disagreements with my work, it ain't gonna be voiced up here. And I just wanted to come back this morning briefly and tell, like, I wasn't gonna even keep this thing going, but I might keep it going just thinking about it. I thought about that last night when I closed the computer on accident. And I said, dang, I forgot I had a stream going because wasn't nobody commenting nothing. I was sitting up here focusing on work so much. But yeah, it's this is undisputed. This is real science. Like when I'm talking about 45 degrees, 4.5, this discovery, all of the Fibonacci sequence, all of that science that people been talking about for years, 369, all of that stuff, man, this is the holistic aspect of it. Yeah, when you add 333 together, you're gonna get 9. You add 999 together, you're gonna get 9 because they come out to be 27. 2 plus 7 equals 9. You add 7, you're gonna get 3. If you add 7 together 3 times, you're gonna get 21. 2 plus 1 equals 3. 3, 6, and 9. Anytime you add any number in the universe up 3 times, you're gonna get 3, 6, or 9 when you reduce it by adding it all together to one digit. But what nobody ever talked about is the fact that when you add all numbers up, you get the number 45. And they never, yes, people have voiced it in the past, but they never have went into talking about how it's the universe. Numbers have never been expressed as the universe, but That's what I'm trying to get people and sink into people's heads is that these how I'm expressing numbers right here is not man-made. It's showing the underlying not only polarity, but just like we have a symmetry to us. I did all of this based on meditating. I sat down and only Sanchez I know of is Dirty Cent, but that's different than yeah, you probably know of a different one than me. But I sat down and meditated on this stuff, man. You know, I sat down and that's how I came up with the idea in the first place because I was looking at the world and I was saying, what's the opposite of a number? I remember that's where the questions of that really came from, and nobody could answer me. Some people said letters, which is an answer I expected, but they were people who didn't think deep enough because once you think about it, letters, all letters come from and are based on frequency. Every letter is a number. A is the what letter? It's the first letter. If you change it in the alphabet, it's no longer where A is supposed to be. You know, it's said the ABCs for a reason, and the police, they have you, you know, whenever they ask you to say your ABCs backwards or forward when you're drunk as a sobriety test form, you got to say it in correct format. So the order does matter, and order has to do with chronological essence, which is number. So yes, you know, even our very languages are built off of number. It's a frequency code. How often something frequents, that's what's going to change what's being said, and the geometry of the mouth as you're speaking and everything. So numbers and everything, man, this is something that we can't escape. And I said, what's the opposite of a number? And I couldn't even answer it. And then I sat down and I was like, hold on. At the end of the day, you got zero, which is the first number, and you got, I said, so first, one thing I do know of is you got first and you got last and you got a middle for everything in life that I look at. That's a pattern that I realize. You got past and you got present and you got future. Ha ha. ABC easy as 1, 2, 3. Yep. 1, 2, 3 is the 33 right there as well too. See the third letter. They got stuff. And then it's a good thing about gematria too. You reveal a lot whenever you see A as 0, like the compasses of the square and compasses. When you span a compass, you get a circle, which is 0. If you spin the letter A, I'm saying is look just like the compasses, and it's the feminine, most feminine. And the compasses is a circle, curve, feminine. A is the most feminine letter. Usually, when a woman's name in every language, it has to deal with feminine energy. And it's the first letter. Everything starts from A. Everything starts from 0. So you can reveal a lot by doing that. And even at that point, 6 becomes the letter G, which is said and shown as 7. It becomes 6. And 6 and G, 6 and a capital G look just alike. 9 and a lowercase G look just alike. So they play with the geometry and everything as well too. The G is in the center of the square and compasses. So, and no, I'm not a Freemason or nothing like that. I just pick up on a lot of stuff that, you know, other people ain't picked up on, such as my discovery and everything. Even they didn't know this. And yeah, you know, so when it comes down to it, what track was I on? I was saying the numbers, yeah, I was saying begin everything. It's a beginning and an end. I realize it's this Trinity aspect, like a duality with the middle aspect going on. And I realized that the middle aspect was where people was the God aspect that people were talking about. And that's where I said, uh-oh. Cause I said, okay, so 0 is the first number, which would be sun, and then the last number is 9, which would be moon, which is in. I said, that make a lot of sense. I said, what's in the center halfway in between 0 and 9 though? 4.5. I said, hold on. Ain't 4.5 half? And I said, yeah. I said 4.5 is half of 9 in the first place. And I said, that's some weird stuff. And then I started, I counted it. I said 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said 4 and 5 is at the center. 4 plus 5 equals 9. And then I was like, whoa, I'm on to something right here. So I said 4.5, 4 and 5, 4 5. So 45, 4.5 came out to be in the center. And I knew I was on to something then. So I said, so what does that say to me if I just thought about the fact of beginning and end in the center source, which is what we show as far as this whole flat earth thing, this and the magnet in the center and the energy generation coming from the center at the north. I said, that says a lot. So 4.5 is that north point, the north point. And the whole the compass that we use to navigate is all based on 45 degrees. Like dead serious. So that was crazy, just figuring that out alone. I realized I was on to something as soon as I said 4.5 is half of 9. It's the halfway point right directly in between 0 and 9. And so I really didn't know that I was I thought about that when I was in the shower one day. And I said, it was when I got on the panel, I saved it for that's the thing. I thought of it in 2018, came out in 2019 on the panel and actually wrote it up on there. So I had it within the vault. I had thought of it within my head and was too afraid to put it out and talk to anybody about it for about 3 months, 3 to 4 months. And I said, man, when I finally got on the panel and I wrote it out, that's when I knew I was on to something. And then when I put it on squares, that's really when it was when I added the geometry to it. That's when because that's where the 45-degree angle came in. Because at first it was just a step pyramid. I realized it was just like a step pyramid. But once I put it on the square, put everything inside of cubits, shit, I realized it was all at a 45-degree angle too. Not only 4.5 is the center, not only do 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 and plus 9 equal 45. 4.5 is the center. 4 and 5 touch just like 0 and 9 touch. 4.5 really is the only two numbers that touch. 0 and 9 magnetize at the center, and they do it too. But for the main part, 4.5 and 4 and 5 is the main. They don't main numbers that touch. And I said it's at a 45-degree angle. I said that's like 3 or 4, 5 45 instances right there. That's crazy. As a 0, A as 0, 25-letter alphabet. Yup, 7. Isn't that perfection? Yeah, some people do say 7 is perfection. I say it's repetition on my end because whenever I look at 7 equals like a cutoff point too. Because anytime that I hear about the number 7, that's usually where something starts to repeat it, like the 7 days of the week. And then the 7 continents that the sun goes over. Where's another essence of 7 used at? It's used somewhere else too within nature. It's a lot of different. But I was born in the 7th month. My birthday adds up to be 7. PR adds up to be 34, which is 7. 18 and 16 is 34, which comes out to be 7. So 7 is very prevalent. And then even my middle name it sounds like 7. So it's pretty prevalent within my nature, my being. But 25-letter alphabet, that would be very impactful because I didn't even think about that. When you take that 0 and start it at 0 from A, that turns it from 26 to 25. That's highly important. So good point out right there. That's real talk. Yeah, man. So I'm sitting up here working on number 5, right? Technically, what's crazy is I would be done right now with the project, the border at least, and I would be working on my face completely. Where I'm at right now is on number 5, which is exactly where that's where I learned that I was doing it wrong. I wasn't adding the detail that I needed to add. So basically, where I'm at is where Basically, I started off doing 7 that I did 7 of them that I didn't know how to do, which I did wrong. If you don't know what I'm talking about this. Pull this up real quick. I'm talking about this project that I'm working on. It's Fractal Code, the discovery that I'm speaking of. That's what I'm saying about FPV Angel. And their work. This is what I'm saying with my work. See this right, this line is going right here. This is number 50. That's what I was explaining yesterday. 50 is right there. That's the 0 point. Anytime that you see a blue 4 9090 like that, that's a 0 point. So this is a 0 point, and this is a 0 point. That 0 point is right there being made between this 5 and this 4. So you got what would be 40 would be right here, then 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. I'm saying 40 because we own this medium to big number 4 right here for the 10s. And then for the 1s, we count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 49. 49 is right here. 50 is when you cross the bridge and go over here. So this is showing 9 and 0 is like a portal. And that's where my work is going into. It's showing how number is not just, something that is. That's why I say it's this is really deep, man. Like I don't have the voice to explain it because I'm not. People have to really be considerate that I'm not writing. I need to write a book based on my science. This is a science that I'm showing people, and part of why people probably not gravitating to, because I'm not sitting down. It's hard to just say everything that you're thinking and that that this is entailing right off of the brain from the dome, and without leaving anything out or without meticulously and perfectly explaining it to where people can understand it and digest it in their brain the best. But everything in this world is a number of some sort. It's a number of something. Okay, if all of us got a certain amount of fingers, it's based on frequency. You know that you got 4 fingers because you got 3 other fingers that count. You're counting the repetition of something. So every single one of these squares is a repetition. It's a build, basically. And this is basically what I'm working on right now. And this basically what I was getting at is this is where I left off on my project at. And right now I would be finished because number 5 is the number that I had stopped at right here at number 5 where I'm at. This exact number. And that was around Christmas of 2021. I had got to that point. So I had about 6 or 7 numbers done then. And now it's the complete opposite. Now I got, in that case, because I got 7 more numbers to go and it's 21 numbers is done. I got this whole bottom done. I've done this, like you see this, right? Because this is just part of this. Let me go to number 8. And I would have really been done too when I think about it, because I've done multiple of these. I had to do the center twice. Because I did a color, so I would really be done. People just have to be considerate that as an artist, you go through errors and mistakes. Something might not look right to you, and you want to come back, and this is what the original center looked like, and it didn't have the detail. If you pay attention, you don't see the ends. Stuff ain't smooth. If you look at it, look at that. It's not smooth. It don't look professional. I didn't like how this looked, and I'm so nitpicky and a perfectionist type as an artist. I said, forget that, man. I got to make my work got to look right. And it was around that time that I was on that number 5 last year that I realized that my work was supposed to be done more like this in detail. Now think about how that looked up close and then look at this. See how this one looks over here? That one over there, this looks like a computer did it. That's what I keep getting. Other people around me who see my work in person, they tell me it look like a computer printed this off. This one right here, the only thing that give it off is the color strokes of this, the color pencil. So this is how the work is really supposed to be done, because it can't get no better than that. It literally can't get any better than that. The only better that it could get is if you could add these to be colored, but it's not wise. I tried to do that and it don't look good. I tried to color those just like they're actually colored and it does not look good. I figured all it really needs to be communicated is a symbol, and the symbol is the square and a rectangle right there for that instance, because that's what you see. 0 and 9 make a rectangle. So that's why right there at the edges, you see these rectangles of 0 and 9. It's symbolizing 0 and 9, 0 and 9. And then 4 and 5 is a square that you see made in the center right here. So between every number, like 8 and 9, you got a square, which is 4 and 5. So that's why you see those squares like that. And it's a map. It's literally a map, and it's a spiraling map. Like this number 8 that you see right here is a smaller 8. You turn it 45 degrees, and you got this 8 that is growing into and spiraling into in the background. Look quite familiar to the Great Pyramids over here. There's a Fibonacci spiral going on. Only thing is, this is 90 degrees of a spiral. So that's why I've been saying I've discovered the true ley lines of the earth. You know what I mean? Let me see if there's any more. Okay, yeah. So it's not a joke, man. I'm really, it's no joke. Let me see if I got the center that I've colored. And once I reach back down to number 0, which is in 6 more numbers, I'm done with the border and I can start drawing my face and my project is done, bro. Everything I've been talking about for the past couple of years, it'll all be finished. It'll all be right in front of people's eyes. The whole map of the Nazca line, and people will be able to, that's why I'm telling people, I'm going to really map out to, like, that's what I'm saying with FPV Angel Nav stuff. They're taking a map that's been put out here. I'm not saying that it's wrong completely, because I actually support their work. I just haven't been able to, because I've been working on my own stuff and everything. I haven't been able to really think about how is the best way to approach somebody on that topic like that. I don't really know how to approach them, because without telling them, they might want to reconsider their whole system, because according to what my work is showing, that's part of what this right here is showing. Every single corner of these right here lands on the corners of 0 and 9 on my work. And only my stuff does it. They are already saying that this is a mathematical, they want to say equation of some sort. This is geometry, geomancy. That's why they see all of those other lines around there that look like ley lines. They was drawing out ley lines and mapping out energy, looking at the stars, as above, so below, as some say. That's what I was, there it go right there. So this is how it originally started out, the whole project. So you can see I have 5 numbers right here. That's 0, 1, 2, 1, and 0. Now far away, it looked pretty acceptable. I mean, it looked cool. It looked all right from far away. It looked half all right from far away. But it's up close that matters when it comes to these art dealers and something really being worth millions, being worth that. You don't want your stuff to even look bad when people get up close to it. I want my stuff to look impeccable when people get up close to it 100 years from now. I want it to still look good. I know it's gonna be faded a little, a lot maybe, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be detailed. The square based geometry is part of what's gonna keep it looking that good over time because it's all linear, and the line is dealing with perfection. If I had circles and all type of curves and stuff like that, that makes it stuff wouldn't be able to stay looking like it looked. So I'm sitting up here finishing number 5, and basically I'm going 5. It's a countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0, and I'll be done. I'm through. I can basically go in here in the center and start drawing in and coloring in the blue background and drawing in my face. And I'm done. And then it's going to a gallery. And as far as me talking with the people, ancient aliens and documentaries and stuff like that, in regards to my work, about the Nazca lines, and because they're already saying it's a mathematical equation that they're waiting on, that if somebody is wise enough to figure it out. And I'm telling people this, I'm showing people right in front of them, because that's what this whole channel has all been about. Doug Krieger, I was watching one of his videos and listening to him. He's a very outspoken guy. So I finally found out and watched one of his videos, and I'm trying to get in contact with him basically. But he made an article about the Nazca lines and the measurements I've already shown several times. They come back to be the same numbers. They're dealing with the same exact numbers that I'm speaking of and showing. Man, there's so much work I've done, bro, till it just ain't funny. That's the letter A right there with the compasses. This is the plan. That's it right there. That's what we headed to. Young hearts be free tonight. Time is on your side. So we going 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, because I'm on number 5 right now. And that's huge, bro. Like, and I was thinking about turning it the other way and putting my wife's face over here on the other side. That's what I wanted to do. But see, it's a fractal code. So what I thought of now is I was thinking of putting me and her up here at the top in 4 and 5. Because see, everything is the same thing. So instead of me having to do another big old one like that, right? Like this whole big old one again and taking up another few years of my life, I realized at the end of the day, I've really done my work as far as solidifying how the whole creation, I've went above and beyond. I've solidified it that I'm the one who figured this out. Nobody else did this but me. And without me doing this, people wouldn't be, whatever this map entails and leads to, it's a guide, a map to somewhere. Without me, people wouldn't be able to have figured out, and not only without me, the ancestors who created the Nazca lines. Because first off, they did that. I don't want to say lucky, but got the mind, the receiver, or whatever it is, enough to have created subconsciously what I've done. Because this all came from the subconscious. I had nobody to talk to. I had no guidance as far as my work. But I went based off of pure instinct. And I could add another huge one, but instead of doing that, what I'm going to do is probably right here at this 0, because I'm going to make it the number 0, because what it is that's showing people that it's a message as well. A lot of people going to look at this. I already feel like I get a lot of hatred because people they hating on me. Like, for them to have been doing what they doing, know what they know, be in societies that they in and stuff like that secretly. some guys get pressured because they ain't know certain stuff. They ain't get gifted with certain knowledge. I didn't sell over. I always have told myself I'm not selling over no matter what, man. No matter what. I always said that. And so at the end of the day, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. I've been last for a long time. That's why I don't trip on people laughing and looking at me for being where I'm at in life, judging me for where I'm at in life. Yes, somebody who ain't got nothing can be somebody who ain't got nothing can be judged and hated on in life a lot. Somebody who got very minimal to, because it could be your talent that keep people hating on you in the first place. It could be your gifts already that keep people hating on you in the first place. I got told all my life that when I was drawing that, man, you gonna make it. You gonna be somebody. You gonna be a great artist. You gonna be somebody important. You gonna be rich. The main things I got told, and it really crushed, and was something else. Growing up to realize that didn't happen, and no one can tell me. And one saying that they have out here is that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Look here, man, I agree with that. But that's something that people can't say about me. I'm not lazy. That's what this project is proving too. People can't call me lazy anymore. And I mean, they wasn't calling me that at first. And that's honest because I've always shown a grand work ethic. I work very hard, man. And at the end of the day, people can't say that. So it's no excuse now as far as that. People can't even look at it like you just want to draw and do this. He he's just lazy. He don't want to do this. He don't want to do that. He needs to get a job. Drawing ain't a job and stuff like that. First off, if people wasn't drawing stuff out here in this world, you wouldn't have the things that you have. The very computer that people looking at, the very phone that people looking at, the bed that you probably sitting on, the car that you're driving in, the house that you got going on. All of this stuff had to be drawn out. And I could keep on listing stuff forever. The shoes that you put on, your fashion that you get designed. All of this stuff is called design. Man, this stuff is for a reason because everything got to get designed from the mind and then drawn on paper. And then that's the map. Everything get mapped out first. And the map is a drawing. Period. And that's what I'm drawing out literally as a map. A map is a guide. It guides you to somewhere. It guides you places. And that's a fact. They're synonyms. So it's just that's why I say people could look at it like, he ain't got this, he ain't got that. What reason is it to hate on them? It's because people know your potential. People hate on your potential. So they try to do everything that they can to hold you back from being at your highest potential because they be like, dang, if he got this much, we don't need, you can't imagine if he got this, if we gave him this. That's how they look at it. I'm telling the psychology of these folks that be hating on me but be watching my content. And that's straight up, That's exactly how they think. He talented. He ought to be able to make it. He shouldn't need my help. He got a talent, and they be looking at it like, dang, I wish I could draw like that. That's the first thing that everybody who sees me when they're out in public, that's what they say. Dang, I wish I could draw like that. And then people out here talking about this evil eye stuff. This evil eye thing that people talking about is only a popular topic. It's so crazy how people be talking about stuff just because it's popular. I ain't saying that it ain't real, but I mean, at the end of the day, people just talking about it because it's popular. I got a reason for people to be hating on me. And this symbol that I'm drawing out is a symbol of protection in the first place. A symbol of protection. The Chicana was a symbol of protection. People try to hold you. That's why I ain't made it in life, because I've always dealt with people holding me back. And yeah, at times, due to the disparity of stuff and going through the rough times and stuff, I made some wrong choices along the way. I made some choices that I regret. How I treated people out of frustration, out of not knowing what to do because of how other people did me, man. You know, I get tired of hearing the phrase that people don't owe you nothing in this world. Man, it ain't even about owing each other. It's about helping each other. People ain't got the heart to help each other. They be messed up about somebody owing them and using that phrase because they feel like they've been used either in life or nobody was there for them. So they want to pass it down. They want to pass down the pain. Nobody was there for me. Nobody helped me. So I ain't gonna help nobody else. I'm gonna pass down the pain. But that's called keeping the cycle going of karma that I've been telling people that we're supposed to try to break, not continue going. The cycle is supposed to be broken, not continue. That's called hell when you keep on doing the same stuff. I mean, shit. If one person shoots somebody and kills somebody, and that mean the karma got to be at some point in time down the line, somebody got to get shot and killed back. Okay, and then the next karma got to be either if not one, then two people gonna get shot and killed back. After that, the same thing happens, and it's that's called war. That's karma. That's going over and over recursively doing something, and I'm not with that. I realize that the acting like, regardless of how much people don't like it, regardless of some stuff, how uncomfortable it might make people in life about forgiving people for certain stuff that they might not want to forgive them for. We all human beings, and we all really here to be growing. It's all about us paying attention to the fact that we're supposed to be growing and seeing the character developments within each other. Some people worthy of you know redemption, and some people ain't. It's all about character development, showing that you're trying in life. And that's why I be getting at people, man. I've always tried, but people are always trying to knock me down. And that's straight up. It's just like it's just like when you was in school and people was at the lunch table. And it's all just like school again to me, honestly, this whole internet thing. Like when I was younger, because I went through certain stuff, I went through certain stuff that I ain't gonna mention as a child. But it weakened me a little bit because it made me afraid. A lot of stuff that I went through. Now I'm talking about like 3 and 4 years old. So in my first years in school, I was very timid, very timid. And the timid behavior turned into anger on down the line. That's basically what happened. Instead of being scared, it turned into straight up anger and protecting myself. Um, but man, it's at the end of the day, man, it's all about growth, man. I'm trying to make for sure that I'm always elevating in the mind and elevating my talent, elevating my gifts. But people are always trying to be a damn cylinder block, on the fucking top of the elevator, trying to keep me down. And my thing is, niggas is scared. Niggas is hating, and they know and it's a shame because they older than, and they can't get on here and even voice what their problem is. Niggas can't voice that, no debate, nothing. Nigga, what not? You can't add up. I mean, you can't lie about no numbers adding up, man. This is something that's universal. This is universal. This is physics. This is physics, man. Like this. Let me go to the internet, man. This is physics that I'm talking about here. Let me go back up. HOTC, I didn't see that you was in here, man. 721, so you probably been here for a minute because I've been talking a minute. Fibonacci, path of resistance, the way of nature. Yep. Path of least resistance. Yep. Your great work has opened my eyes, bro. That's 100. I appreciate hearing that. That show in the Star of David. Now look at it in the three-dimensional. That's the tetragrammaton. It's like the pixels on the screen. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's the pixels. That's exactly what it is. I've got some actual videos that I made in the past called Pixels. Parts 1 and 2, I think. Look smooth and clear up to you close. Just seeing color squares. Yep. Talent is really pursued interest. Yep. Say it all the time. Truth isn't popular. Popular isn't true. Right on, man. I get you on that. Yep. Yeah, I try to stay away from just just staying in, I mean, it's kind of crazy that I'm saying this, but staying in the box. I'm drawing a box, but I'm staying I think outside of the box. It's quite ironic. But I try to stay outside of the box, man, with my thinking. Not only my thinking, but my actions. Um, yeah, man, that's what was I getting ready to pull up? I'm gonna go to the internet. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Recent. See this? What is the strongest angle? 45-degree angle. In shapes and angles, the triangle is often considered the strongest shape since all of the angles are fixed and connected to another point. 45-degree angles is the strongest angle. I'm telling people, man, this ain't a joke, bro. This is physics, man. Now watch this. Best launch angle. Now I want people to consider sports. I want people to consider basketball. This is the best launch angle. This is the best entry angle for a ball to go through the net. If you're trying to get an all net, the best entry angle is a 45-degree angle. Niggas probably don't know that though. And yeah, that's straight up. Best angle for launch. If you're trying to kick your field goal the farthest that it possibly can go, you want to kick it at a 40, you want to aim for a 45-degree angle. If air resistance is taken into account, the optimal angle is somewhat less than 45 degrees. That's crazy. And this is often and this is often considered obvious. We show here that it is not obvious by considering drag forces with different dependence on projectile speed. In some cases, maximum speed is achieved for launch angles greater than 45 degrees. Okay. So it's mentioning 45 degrees mainly. I mean, this is projectile motion. That's what that is. Let me see if projectile motion comes up. You got this one, look half-eyed. See, 45 degrees is this one right here. Or do I have, okay, 15 is right here. 30 is right here. 45 degrees is right here. This one right here, which is the longest one, 45 degrees. All right, I'm going to go to another one, for example. The longest one, they ain't got the angles on this one, but that is an angle, 45 right there. It's out there. It's too hard to see that one though. Best angle. Best angle for basketball shot. And they did, yeah, they changed that based on how tall what's the name is. Players can easily monitor whether or not their shot was in the center of the basket, but it is more difficult for them to spot the difference between a 40-degree angle and a 45-degree entry angle. Want to see how your arc measures up to the 45-degree angle. I don't think this is the article that I had read. I don't think this is it. And then Michael Jordan, even how he got his name, not his name, but his number, the number 45 and the number 23, it came from the 4.5 aspect, because he basically, the story was him and his brother. His brother had the number 20. They both liked the number 45 at the end of the day. 45 was Jordan's favorite number, and it was also his brother's favorite number. His brother, they both went to the same school. His brother ended up having a number 45, and they couldn't have the same number and everything. So Jordan basically took the number 45 and cut it in half and got 22.5, and he rounded 22.5 to 23, because 5 gets rounded up to 23 in that essence. So that's the story behind Michael Jordan and how the number 45 came to play. I can look that up actually too, just to show it. We're at 23. See, this is it. It says, prior to earning a spot on the varsity roster, Jordan wore number 45 at Lane. So his first number is 45, like I was saying. His older brother, Larry, already wore number 45 as a member of the varsity team. So when Michael made it to that level, he cut 45 in half and rounded it up. That's how Jordan landed on 23. So that's dealing with the 4 points. So he knew that. So why would he cut it in half? 40, that comes to 22, which is 4.5, 45. So it was that. I don't know why they like that number. That's I can kind of guess, but they was pretty young to have known anything about that. I'm just saying, that's something else. But that's crazy. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. And my dad had, I had been thinking about that. My dad's a Freemason. He wanted me to draw him a picture of Jordan Duncan. His 45th birthday was just last year, so he was 45 last year. That's what I was saying last year. It was a lot of stuff. His name is Ray. Here I am, the son. That's what I'm saying. Right. When you talk about all of that, it's a lot of stuff that I ain't talk about or express, man. It's a lot of stuff that I ain't expressed, man. When I'm talking about this whole this is the sun, the Nazca Sun Star and Cross is what they call it. It's the Sun Star and Cross. Literally what y'all see me, if you actually look at it, let me pull my picture back up too. Let me pull that back up. If you actually look at this, pay attention to my mouse right here. Look, bro, this makes a crown. If you pay attention to this, if you could just bleep these other 3/4 out, look at where my head is at, and look at how these numbers from 0, 8, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, this right here makes a crown. If I turn my head that way, then it makes the full crown from 0 to basically the foot, because it's turned the right way. If I put my wife's face on the other side, my to-be wife, okay? I'm just speaking in that essence because that's what I would have. I wouldn't want no girlfriend. I'm not, because that ain't what I'm aiming for. That ain't what I aim for, wife material, bro. Period. That's part of why niggas single now, because I don't play no games. And I don't like my time being wasted. And I go for top tier, because I am top tier. I just ain't in the best position right now. But a nigga's talent, my mind, to have done this. So nigga ain't nobody. But this is a crown, and that's what I'm saying. This is like a crown of thorns, bro. This is a Taurus field that I'm showing people. That's why whenever Sanchez be talking about the Taurus field, showing those images, that's why I can drop that emoji like that, because that emoji with the square and the X in it, that's the Taurus field as well, because it's the whole Taurus aspect. Even my previous video, it's even right here in the background. That's what I was showing people. When you take a sphere, anytime that you take a sphere, you see how that look like the flower of life right there before I click on it? Look at it, please. This right here looks like the flower of life. When you zoomed out, it creates that illusion and you can see what's really going on microscopically. And it looks like, golly, man, what's going on there? Okay, it went up here. Microscopically, this looks like the flower of life slash a Taurus field, a magnetic field, basically. You can see that it's circles. But when you zoom in on it, all that it really is a checkered grid. It's the top view of a sphere. That's exactly what that is. And that creates what I'm saying is the Taurus. The checkered aspect, whenever you see the Masonic checkerboard floor, it's a 45. That's what's being communicated to people, but people ain't getting that's what, but people can't argue with it. Yeah, whenever I drop it in the chat or anything anywhere, whenever I mention that, that's something that people don't mention. No Freemason don't mention that at all. You know, I mean, it's always the duality aspect, light and dark. Whenever that question is asked, what does the checkerboard or chessboard floor mean? Duality, black and white, you know, yin and yang type of aspect going on. But I'm gonna be real. This is where I'm gonna be real and open up to where my heart really been at in my mind that I have not disclosed lately. We do know that the earth is the ground that we walk on. And we do know that symbology is very important. 45 degrees, yes, I'm showing the science of it. I'm showing stuff that ain't nobody ever been able to show. But it's certain stuff that's kept secret, and I feel like it's kept secret for a wise reason. And one thing that I will say is that I realize that symbolically and realistically, the earth is what we stand on. That's what we stand on. That 45-degree pattern, that chessboard pattern that people see on Freemasonry is the board that they stand on. Anytime that you look up to something, God, you don't stand on it, right? You don't walk on your Bible, do you? You don't walk on certain stuff that you revere. So I have been thinking about that a lot lately. I want people to know that. I've been considering that a lot lately as far as their symbology. Anything that's and that's where something is going on. Look, Taurus is terror. Taurus is just the word Taurus. I just thought about that yesterday. Taurus is just like terror. So Taurus is terror, and terror is earth. And that's what I'm saying. You stand on the earth, and that's where I'm saying that 45-degree grid that they put right there is they know that you stand on the earth. Okay. And it creates a 45-degree grid. And I'm expressing to y'all how the 45-degree grid, whenever you put that on a sphere, it creates a torus. It literally does. It creates a torus. When you put a grid on the sphere and color it black and white. So this all coming together and mean, but the top view of that sphere is nothing but the AE map. And that's where I'm saying they don't have a real map. I'm not saying that the earth ain't flat. I'm not saying that it's round. I'm saying and proving that I'm doing the work. And if anybody gonna prove something, it's gonna be me. Because I'm literally doing the work. So if you look at this map that's right here and then consider what I've been showing, that's why I say the earth could be pyramidal shaped in some type of sort. I'm not concluding on that. When I say pyramid shape, I'm talking, how does something look? The Bible mentions four corners of the earth. My cosmology is the only cosmology that even goes in and confirms the four corners. They'll say it means north, south, east, and west. I'm showing how 45 degrees builds the compass. So people can't get away from that. Every intermediate direction is 4.5, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, all of that cut in half. So right here, this is the earth that you can see. If you could think about actually on my work, how you got the green 1 and you got the green 8, everything is shaped like a diamond. 1 is over here, 1 is over here, 1 to be over here, 1 to be over here. Haven't they said something about fallen land that's falling under the water? That could be over here in this area, because that's what I'm saying as far as this plus sign. It could be, I've been thinking about that in the past too. It could be some fallen land somewhere. And that actually will go with what people have been talking about as far as the Lemuria, how you pronounce it, Lemuria. That would actually go with that. I ain't gonna lie. And those four lands that's depicted as far as the North Pole, I had actually been thinking about maybe, I ain't gonna say that much. I feel like I might be saying too much there. But I'm gonna click back on this and I'm gonna show exactly what I'm saying. So I'm gonna say real quick. And that's what I was saying too. So on the flat earth, if you travel, if we on square, if we know that the ley line, you at the end of the day, all we know is as far as measurement from getting from one place to the next, how do we calculate and make sure that we can add without all of the nonsense being spewed about, there'll never be a perfect map. You can't make a perfect map, all of this nonsense. At the end of the day, we use squares to get from point A to point B, to create line to line, to get from one place to perfectly align up to the next. That's how you do it, based on the square. That's why I'm telling people it's got to be some type of square aspect to the earth. That's the only way that a freaking earth could have four corners is through an octahedron or a square or a cube. One of the two, one of the three, I mean. A square octahedron. And the square is the plane that's in between with the octahedron. Okay. That's the plane. We live on the plane. We do. It's what's said, at least. And what I was going to show is right here, this continent of South America. Imagine that on my work as the number. Y'all going to see me go to it is going to be the number 1. And then right here, the number 8. Imagine this to be the number 8. And then I'm going to come over here. Imagine Australia down here to be a number 1. And then a number 8 to be missing over here. So if I go back to my work right here, that's what I'm saying. These ain't supposed to be continents. This is the energy that created the continents, the ley lines. This is the energetic signature of the creator. Just like you hear them say that the blueprint, that the, Fibonacci is the fingerprint of God. Okay. This right here, like I just said, South America right here. South America. And then we got Africa. Then over here we'll have, like I just went, Australia. And over here it'll be some empty land, but it was tilted. The earth it'll be tilted in that case to line up perfect. Somewhat perfect. But if you could think about what I just did there and then the North Pole would be right here. Okay. As you go up here, it will get colder. Green would be, the equator area, which is where Ecuador will be. That's where South America, the equator. It's something going on here, bro. That's all I could tell y'all, bro. That's all I could tell y'all, bro. I'm just being, it's something honestly going on here with this map and links to what y'all trying to explain. I'm not saying, I'm proving to y'all that there's something off about this map. Because, and how am I saying that? Because think about what I got wrote right here. At the end of the day, the North Pole, if you got the North Pole, if I told you from where you at right now in North America, if I told you to travel 45 degrees north, travel 45 degrees northeast, are you ever supposed to, on a globe or on a flat earth, if I told you from where you standing right now, I say pull out a compass and travel 45 degrees northeast, are you ever going to hit the North Pole? You're not supposed to ever on that's common sense. I just told you to go. If I say go to the North Pole, where you going? You gonna go north. That's it. Period. Okay. Period. And that's what I'm saying with the logical mindset. Through logic, you can disprove a lot of stuff, bro. This is math, geometry, and science right here. And I'm disproving if you travel on a globe at least, and on a flat earth. That's what I'm saying, and I'm showing and proving through my work too. This right here ain't nothing but a globe. It's a lazy ass job. This ain't a real map of the flat earth, if the earth is flat. Period. Something ain't adding up. And if this ain't the right map, the work needs to be done and to create the right map. Period. We living in the age where it's possible. And I'm just not making excuses. I'm doing the best that I can. That's one thing a nigga couldn't tell me I ain't doing. Shit. So if you travel at a 45-degree angle on this grid, which is the same thing over here that I'm expressing, if you go from corner to this right here, basically on a flat earth, you'll be right here. We're going to act like these lines is over here. But if I tell you in North America and I say travel northeast, 45 degrees, you're going to go like that to that corner. You're going to go based on the square, but these ain't even square shaped. That's where I was saying to Sanchez. That's another argument. That's what I was saying to Sanchez now. The whole argument from the get-go to others, or that's being presented to globe earthers, is you cannot put squares perfectly on the sphere. The same thing is the case with the flat earth map. You can't make squares perfectly on no flat earth map, but you can on my map. The whole thing is built on the revolution, the spinning of a square, which creates the circle. Okay, that's that's real talk. So that's why I told people what people looking at up there as far as what we calling a dome and everything, a curved dome. Why do we see all of these pyramids built everywhere like this right here on this ground? We see all of these pyramids built like this, and we hear about four corners of the earth, and we see all of these monuments lined up with the four corners of the earth and the ley lines and everything. That's why I'm telling people from the sky, if you got inside of a pyramid and you looked up at the roof and the pyramid started spinning while you was in the inside of it, guess exactly what it'll look like. It'll look just like the stars up there in the sky. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. You wouldn't be able to tell any difference at all. So who's to say, since we haven't been up there in the sky, maybe the ancestors was trying to communicate, since they know more than us, and a lot of y'all will confirm that, maybe they was just trying to communicate as well that up there is a pyramid. You got a point that's at the top that people consider the North Star, and you got nothing but other stones, which are stars that are all around it. If we're living inside of a pyramid, and they built a pyramid with inside of a pyramid, that's a fractal code being explained right there, which is just like these pyramids from the front look like small pyramids that are inside of another pyramid, which is that pyramid right there. The Milky Way galaxy, that spiraling galaxy, is just like a shaft from the pyramids, these different organs of this universe, because the universe, what I look at it like, is organs. Certain aspects of it, the Milky Way galaxy and nebula, certain stuff that they speak of, organs. flat Earth, this the Saturn aspect. Saturn is one of the things that people got to consider. Saturn don't look like no projection. It's a lot. I mean, that's why I say, man, it's a lot of stuff, bro. It's not like the other planets. It's not like the stars that warp and move and everything like that. Saturn is almost like a truth revealer when it comes to the planets and stuff like that. If you can drop ego on any type, whether you globe or flat Earth, you look at Saturn and it reveal a lot of truth about it. And I know that that's kind of scary to some people who are Saturn, Satan, all of that stuff. Y'all so into that. To the people who watch back. So I mean, I'm telling y'all right now, man. That's why the CIA is watching me, and they learning from me at that. That's what I'm telling you. Look, and it ain't got to be. I got multiple. It ain't got to be on YouTube. I know I only got 210 viewers in here. You know what I mean? At a time. That has nothing to do with what's. Y'all got to realize, man. We all got cameras and everything. These folks can, man. Ain't nobody. People know. Look, the reason why I don't give a fuck is because we all gotta go, bro. We all gotta go, bro. We all gotta go. So the same person who sit up looking at my shit, somebody can be looking at that shit. Only thing is, I got ideas, buddy. I got stuff that's gonna change the world, no matter what. I don't know what you got. And the thing is, it's just a pity and it's sad if any nigga try to come. All you can do is feel pitiful and sad and sick. Because you had to copy another man. You wasn't original enough, man, because I ain't copied anybody. I ain't copied any of the ancestors. If anything, I've added on to and I've validated not only the ancestors, but I'm the bridge. I am the bridge between the new age and the past. That's literally what I am. And that's what a portal is. A portal is a bridge, ain't it? That's literally what a port, bro. They say that Chicana is a portal. Yeah, there's something going on here, bro. That's why I'm telling you, yeah, this is a time traveling machine, bro. That's why I was saying, I don't just stop and say that, what everybody else is saying with the whole, it's a free energy. I'm not saying it had nothing to do with free energy. I've said it has stuff to do with free energy in the past. I still stand on that, but I'm not stopping at that because what I realize is the pyramid by default, if it's going to work based on and in tune with the Earth's time grid and the Earth's ley lines, then by default, that's dealing. Time is created based on magnetism, electricity, and all of that. The sun, okay? Anytime you tap into that, by default, you're going to be tapping into what free energy can be created or harnessed or harvested from that, okay? Or generated everything. It all ties in together. So it's by default, energy could be harvested from that. It's going to produce and generate energy. But this time traveling machine is exactly what this is. Fortune teller. If you look at a fortune teller, that's exactly what fortune telling is doing. What? Telling the future. That's time traveling. Now the thing is, I think, matter of fact, I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna say time traveling because fortune telling is really like your mind is staying in the same spot, but you're getting a glimpse into the future. It's like you're watching a presentation or a preview of the future. Actual time traveling is, okay, your body is right here, zoop, you gone, and you going to another time, different placement. You being replaced. You're being placed, transferred. So there is a difference, and I realize that right now. As for just myself, it's a difference between time traveling and fortune telling, but they both do go hand in hand, no matter what. I'm not saying that this ain't a time traveling machine by what I just said. It's fortune, both of them. That's why I brought up Korn's Tower in the past as well, from Dragon Ball, and then this vault, not vault, but this box that's inside of the Great Pyramid that they obviously say it was not no mummy or nothing was found in it. They haven't found any body inside of it. Could be a vault into the future or the past, or at the end of the day, if catastrophe waits the earth, which is what happened, you can see evidence that there was a catastrophe weathering on the what you call Sphinx. Even the pyramid itself covered under sand for a long time. Catastrophe awaits us. People ain't treating this planet like it's supposed to be under any circumstances at all. So catastrophe awaits the future. That's why you hear them talking about space and us going to the moon and live on the moon, different crazy stuff that they talk about. Well, if they can't do that, one way that you could save humanity is by going to a different place in time. If you don't travel through space, you travel through time. That's why they got a phrase called space time, because space and time go hand in hand. If you can travel through time to a better point in time, and if you move your body, you have to move your consciousness. Your consciousness goes with wherever your body goes. So when we talk about them doing all of this consciousness, yes, that consciousness entrapment it is possible, bro. It is possible. All you got to do is be able to map out the consciousness first and see the consciousness lead the body. It's certain stuff. If you think that we got this technology that we got right now, and this is powerful as it is, what the hell y'all think that they got inside of some labs and inside of these military forces that they ain't telling us? Microscopic dust and stuff that we already know about. You think that they really done told us everything? Time traveling has already happened, bro. It's already happened. It's about us meeting back up at that point. And they already know that point. That's why stuff is planned and orchestrated like it's a lot of people even say it. It's like they plan this stuff out, because they do. It's a huge plan, and only certain people know about it. Fortune teller. Crazy, man. Shit crazy, man. Piece and receipt. Yep, that's the symbol right there. That's the pizza map. Yep. Whenever you eat a pizza, you cut it up into 45 degrees, 8 slices. That's right. Medium. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be eating the mess out of pizza, bro. Here and that's why I say that's that's one of my things I'm giving up. Like I went back with depression and stuff because I go through stuff that I don't talk to nobody about. I know everybody get on here and act like everything all perfect, don't talk about their personal problems, because first off, people on here don't care. People literally be on here to hear about your problems and laugh at your problems. See you have seizures or something like that and laugh at that. Only support at that time. Um, so people be bundled up, but that's the evil world that we live in. That's the type of world that we live in. And when you deal with depression and stuff like that, it'll lead you to do certain stuff that you don't, that's out of character and stuff like that. And one thing that I started doing is I never went back to eating meat. That's what I stayed away from, because my heart is away from, but consciously, I let my taste buds override my consciousness as far as where the level I was at is. I know the process that these cows go through to get to do what they to get for us to eat this cheese and stuff that we eat, the dairy and stuff. I had to realize, man, that and that's where I had to slow down, because that's why I say changing is it's so important to realize and be able to admit that you need change. Um, Otherwise, you're gonna stay in the same spot, and that's what because I've always tried to be a healthy individual. And I just ain't trying to lose myself, man. This is that time in life where, you know, a lot of people, they either go left or they go right. They either lose themselves or they start to pick themselves up. And that's why I told people this this year is a year of change, bro. I can only go up. I'm only going up. Like I can only change for the greater, and greater come into my life based on what people see me doing right now. Um, man, so I'm just reading the rest of these because I just went straight to the symbol at the top. First comment: the free energy is just a byproduct of the creation, right? After effect. Um, like we in this is a huge explosion that we in, and when you inside of an explosion, that's a huge explosion, exponentially huge. Like that's what this is showing: exponential growth. The universe. Because I was watching something where they was talking about the universe and the growth of it, and they were saying how it grows exponentially. Because see, it's difference between doubling 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. That's doubling. Exponentially growing is 1 to the first power, 2 to the second power, 3 to the third power, 4 to the fourth power. Every time it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger based on exponents. That's fast growth. Exponents grow quick. And this is where my work is showing based on the exponent of 28. 28 comes back because every one of these that y'all see, every last one has 28. See, I'd be happy. I ain't even got the full thing. That's the octahedron. None. I mean, I couldn't fit it on the full piece of paper. So unless I put the full thing that's on the floor, that's why I'm ready to be done, man. I can't wait till it's plastered. That's really when people gonna be like, "Damn, bro, this nigga did it. He really did it." That's where people going. I think they gonna have their aha moment then when y'all see it. Like this nigga really did it. Like he was talking, but this nigga really did it, and he did good. Every one of these has 28, is what I was saying. If I could zoom in. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's 10 characters. 10. That's why 0 is so important. And my work is showing the 0 and the special essence of it. Because without that, the whole thing is thrown off. It don't work. It's called place value. And that's exactly what 0 works as. So based on place value, you get 1, which is the first block, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place. So 4 and 5, 4 becoming 5, 4 and 5. That's where 4 and 5 is still. And then 10 is the last place. Okay. All right. 0 and 9 is the same number. That's very important. So whenever you get back to 9, you don't go 9 right here. That's just 9 for that. You got another 9 down here. You got 0 and you guys 9 is right here. That's where the I is at. That's how you count. And then from 9, how do you go to 10? You don't go to 0. You go up here to 1. That's the portal. See the 0, this right here. If y'all play Sonic catches rings. Sonic runs through loops as well. And these loops that he runs through, it'll shoot him real fast. That's basically what this 0 is kind of like. And if y'all also look at Michelangelo's art, there's something called a spark gap in electricity. A lot of Nikola Tesla's work had to have this. There's something called a spark gap. And when you got Michelangelo's work that has 2 hands, basically, you got one finger pointing at the next finger. And it's electricity right there. If you think about it, comes from 2 humans a lot of times whenever they fingers touch like that. You get a spark. That's basically the same type of energy, electromagnetic energy that's going on with that right there. So every one of these I was showing that comes out to be 28, which is 10. 2 plus 8 equaling 10, which is 1 and 0. So it goes right back to being 1. 1 whole, 1 and 0, the binary code of the 28 right there. 28. Now think about it as well. The tetragrammaton. What do you do with weed? Weed is weighed in grams. Weed is, what does tetragrammaton mean? It means 4-letter word. That's what it means. 4-letter word, weed, tetragrammaton, tone. Tone looks just like this, cymatics, but grammaton, 28 grams is how much you get in a circle, an ounce. 28 equals a whole. Okay. Ground. Tetragram. This is a 4-way. It's so it's this it's always coming back to weed for some reason. For some weird reason, it's always coming back to some weed with this thing. And my grandma has, look, man, my grandma has it too. She said, man, when you smoke that weed, man, you come in here and you be talking about it, and it'd be like it really open your mind up. Like she'd be like, I'd be sitting here watching it happen, like right in front of me. I'd be watching it happen. It really opened your mind up, and you be. And she said, what you need to start doing, I'll be telling you, is you need to write it down. But you never listen to me. You need to start writing it down. And here I am, man. Cause my mind, bro, I be so focused on work. I'm thinking about what I want to be doing. I can't wait till this root chakra is completely closed out, this thing. And that's all based on, that's when this grid is done. This 4, when I get down to 0, I would be done right now. I already had this side done, but it wasn't like this in the detail that this is put in. And this ain't even right here. This one is jacked. This is jacked up one right here. This is before I had did it right. So, and I actually came back and fixed this one, and I did a good job too. And so yeah, man, it's just, I would be done right now at this very moment, and I would be working on just straight up the face, man. And that boy, and I'm coloring the face. It turns out I think I'm a color the face. That way the 0 can stand out. I want to make it look just like this in the background. I want to make it look just like this. And it's crazy because this look like a hologram. And then if you tip like the line that's going from down here, watch this. This is what I thought about doing too. If you draw a line from down here, look, bro, this is crazy, man. I ain't supposed to be sharing this with people like this, but I'm so close to being there and done. It's crazy. You see where this is at right here? Okay, you got a map right here. So imagine this right here is the number 0 that I got right here, which is my face. Right here is the number 0 that you can see right here because it's the center, right? And you got the number 9. So that's either or of them could be male or female. You could switch it either way that you want to make it. Because light and darkness is within man and woman. So it could switch and be either way. So follow this line down here to this point. Basically, that's the center that's right here. So this center point that you see right here is going to another center point that's right there. It's the same thing, but then you could see more of everything. You could see basically everything. Man, this is crazy. But what I was thinking, because this is where the magnetic stone of the North Pole is set, a pyramid, a black stone, a cube, all of that stuff that's depicted, that's right there. Okay. If you draw a line from right here, picture this being like a pyramid, basically. This is the start of a pyramid, like a great pyramid right here. And these are like shafts that's pointing out into the universe. Like this is the sky right here. This 0 represents the sky. 0 right here, this is the line. This is the horizon. This is where water and the sky meet, okay? All right, this is where water and the sky meet. But in this case, this is water right here. The sky, which is 3 and 6, is up here, okay? Because this is all the order of the elements. That's why I told people this ain't a game. I didn't just color this like it's colored for no reason. It's not just for being pretty. 0 and 9 equals a spirit, a spiral, a line. And that line that we see, the spiral that we see is the tidal waves, the moon, the oceans. 0 and 9. 3 and 6 is the skies above. Watts, wattage above. Fire rises. 4 and 5 rises, and number 2 is the yellow, the air. 1 in earth is ether. 8, earth. Okay, that's very simple. But if you follow this line from right here in the chat, bruh, I was thinking about doing this, drawing like this line right here going perfectly through in the center. It goes straight to my eye. It's already an eye that's right here. My eye that's in color that I drew, but this is going straight to the. If I move it back just a little bit just to make it fit perfect, then I can make this hit my eye perfectly through the iris, through the pupil, and it's gonna go straight. The line going straight up here through the 45, straight to the center, bro. And I was gonna raise up my eyes to look at the 45 like that. And it's crazy, bro, because I kind of think about it. If you think about what I just said, it kind of looked like the Jesus picture, like I used to watch Good Times. Think about it, and that's what's scaring me, bro. What is going on with this, man? This is crazy, bro. And I was thinking about, I was gonna put the 10 commandments on every block. And the reason why I was going to do that is because I don't ever want people to worship this ever at any time. I don't want people to worship this symbol. This is not a symbol to be worshiped. I'm not creating some graven image for people to worship. This right here is a map, man. This is a technology. I'm just drawing it out, but I'm telling people, right, a patent can be created off of this. This is real talk. A patent, like I'm talking about technology, bro. Like bro, this is a radar. You can zoom in on this and use this as a radar to get that's what a map is, a radar. So all of that goes hand in hand. So that's what the Nazca lines is telling, and that's why I'm telling people as well. That's only one sun star that's the sun star that they publicize, and they put it out there for a reason. There's 19 other ones. This is the government guy. That's why I'm saying that I know I'm on something. I know this is important because why are they emphasizing? And out of all time, I'm searching the search engines, the Nazca Estrella / the Nazca Sun Star. That's the only one that they're talking about, but it's 19 other stars that look exactly the same. But y'all only talking about that one. It's like they putting it out there and they targeting, and they on the search for somebody, like almost like and why now? Just like it's the same time that COVID-19 came out. It's question, why now? Why is y'all coming out and talking about the sun star, which Doug Kriegler also said is supposed to be 45 means the return of the Christ, return of the Messiah? All of a sudden, y'all talking about that and putting this star out here like this. So I'm looking at it from a perspective. I'm looking at it from a perspective of like, man, it's like they really anticipating something. And that's why a lot of people can feel in the energy in the air, like, man, like it's something big coming. Some people saying something good, some people saying something bad. You just don't know. I'm not sitting up here trying to act like I'm something special, man, but I'm telling people this is going to lead to something special. And you can't do nothing but look at all I'm saying is this right here is something special. Nobody can't, you can say that I ain't nothing special. You can say I'm making up something when I know I'm not making up anything that I'm saying as much as you want to. But what I'm telling you is I can do, this is special. This whole symbol, this thing right here is special. And all I'm saying to you is once y'all find out why it's special and can finally admit it, all that people who question it, all that they can do is they're going to look back at who the heck created it. Who did it? Because it ain't make itself. Because it ain't make itself. That's all I'm saying. That's if you realize what I'm saying, because look, this big ass drawing ain't make itself. You feel me? This so it's gonna have to turn to that point. Who the hell did this? That's what it's gonna come to that point, and that's all that I'm saying. Like, so all I'm saying is I'm drawing this out on paper. It's solidifying that it's me who figured it out. It's genius when you think about it. It's God, because if I could not draw, I'd be screwed. Anybody could run off and muddy the waters and say they discovered 4 and 5 and try to act like. But I'm literally 2 years deep in the game. I'm knees deep in with this, man, literally, and that's just on this project. I'm about 3 years in. Yeah, it's been since 2019. I put it out there and been talking about this 45 degrees aspect. So it's been since 2019. Been 3 years now that this has been a solidified discovery. This is part of physics. So I mean, man, it's that's why I say it's a matter of time. It's crazy how a nigga gonna go from, and it ain't even about the money. It ain't even about the fame. Like, that's the main thing that's within my heart, is to help people. And I don't want people to have to go through the struggle that I went through at all. I would never want anybody to endure the pain that I went through at all. And that's what I'm going to dedicate my life to when I'm in the position to, is to help other people. And I ain't going to tolerate nobody trying to keep me from helping other people. Because why is it that other people who get rich and stuff, they don't help other people like that? Like they should, or like they could in the world. Do they do that because they don't want to get targeted? I don't know. Because I mean, if you start to do, all I have realized as well, you know, if you do good in this world, you're going to attract bad. That's just to be honest. I'm being honest. And what do I mean? If you do good in this world, you're going to attract negative energy. You're going to attract evil people who want to continue. They want the evil to continue. So what they going to do? If they see that you start doing good, you literally are the opposite of their force. So they're gonna want you a threat to them. So they're gonna want to stop you. So the more good that you publicize, the more good that you're trying to do, you're going to put yourself on the forefront for evil to be out to stop you. Basically, that's why Michael Jackson, what was they saying with him? He was out to do good, right? He got stopped. Some people say Tupac was out to do good. He got stopped. Anytime that you out to do good and you publicize it and you're not strategic and you don't try to make yourself at least look like you with the bad side, I really just threw y'all a gem. If you think about what I just did, maybe you should think back on his IQ that he said. PR Corey said that he's got a high IQ. I have told y'all, man, look here, man. I don't draw that. I ain't got no double-headed eagle because I'm trying to be a Freemason. If you think back on what I just said, man, you'll comprehend what I'm saying. But it's a message that's beneath. If you say that the crow is about death, you can say that it's about death. But I know that the world shook as soon as I made my discovery. Y'all don't realize what I did, and y'all ain't gonna realize until later. It's a code going on, a covert code, corvid code going on. And I ain't playing with y'all. I'm not playing. It's a lot of stuff that's going, when you make something, dude, this is history. They need the person alive to freaking fix it. I mean, to make it. Besides that, all you can do is put it in a computer. Because that's the only thing that has me beat, is putting it in a computer. Putting it in a computer. The computer could replicate what I'm doing in seconds. Literally. You can see everything that I'm going to get the unit. I mean, it'll take me years to get to where the computer, it's going to do it perfectly. That's why I just said to y'all, it's something that a patent can be. And that's why I copyrighted it, because copywriting that's protection. Either way it go, I got that ass. If I need to sue somebody, I got the connections. Masonic connections, if that's what you want to talk about. That ain't even what I gotta go. I ain't gotta go to that point. But that should just let you know enough right there. And I ain't even talking about my dad. I ain't even talking about so if you thinking that, you are already thinking off base. I'm telling y'all that I'm not. Y'all think that I'm just playing, that I'm meeting or have met people like Snoop Dogg, Wiz, people at my will. It ain't because I'm a Freemason, bro. Look, energy is everything. I just been in shock. That's why y'all see me act like I act, because I've never been treated like I'm nothing. I don't get treated like I'm nothing in life. So it's something that I'm not used to. And that's why I told y'all the zero is symbolic. It's something that I've been felt like I've been treated like in my life lately. It's something that I realize that I'm nothing but a number when it comes to everybody else. If y'all see it as a humbling process to me, trying to humble, because y'all don't have any other, nobody has any argument against my work. It's right here on the screen. I just proved it yesterday. I had a whole stream up for 12 hours. Nobody came through. Nobody had nothing to say. Yeah, I mean, nothing. No arguments at all. But niggas will get to talking crazy whenever they get a little mad. What has the 4 and 5 ever done for anybody? Buddy has done a lot more than what you have ever done as far as gnosis for the world, bringing something new. Okay, that's not a sneak diss. That's being real. You got to give credit where it's due. And until other people give me my credit like they should, I got to give credit to myself, and it's only going to be taken like he arrogant, he's stuck up, he all about himself, he too caught up in his achievements. That's not me. Once I'm done with what I'm doing, and people, it's gonna be an after effect. It's like me laying a bomb. That's basically it's like me laying a bomb, bruh, and I gotta be careful with my language. Uh, that's what it's like I'm doing, and then that's I gotta walk away. I gotta get as far away from the building because this mother gonna blow up once y'all once it, and y'all coming chasing after the nigga, bro. I'm telling you this. But this is gonna be amazing, man. This blue, and that's my favorite color. It's the Steelers. Look, that's the Steelers right there, and everything. That's my team. Not on no game banging stuff, man. For the rolling 20s, like back in the day, bro. That ain't what I'm pushing with that. I always liked this. I used to draw out my stars like the Steelers stars when I was young. I used to draw a lot of symbols actually. And being that my dad was a Freemason, I don't know how long he been in. He probably used to walk around whenever I used to doodle, draw a little stuff. Probably used to walk past my paper and see little subconscious symbols that I was making, and said something to himself. I've always thought stuff like that, and probably picked up on it because for whatever reason I was targeted when I was younger to become a Freemason. They saw something when I was young, bro. They that's why it's a shock to me, because people have all, it was at one point in my life, bro. It was around, the cutoff point was at 2017 ish, around that time. Before then, people would literally voice to me and tell, bro, you was amazing at what you do. Now it's rarely that I even get a compliment on my work. It's almost like I woke up in a different world. But I'll see other people get compliments for all, if they did the exact same thing that I do, they'll get a compliment, bombs, all type of stuff. It's, and that's crazy. It's not. It's like a switch got turned. It's all. That's why I say it's almost like a curse. It's really weird. That's really what it's almost like. And then it's amazing how I'm sitting up here doing what I'm doing, because this is a symbol of protection. Literally. It's like it's a gift from God. That's what I said in the past. Because I mean, dude, out of everybody on the earth, ain't nobody ever thought. I mean, the paper ain't, God ain't create paper for nobody to create this. Number one, I've thought about that too. But the closest thing that you're gonna get to it is the ground that we walk on, and that's why you see the Nazca lines right there. They left the message right there. It's, man, I did that. I probably did that, and I'm back here. I'm telling y'all, it's so crazy for me to be doing this and it's on point. And if I would have made one error, it would have just jacked everything up. This work is taking so long. I'm sitting up here working on it as I'm on here with y'all. I might run up this 12 hours, but that's all I know is I'm working all the time, bro. All the time. I told myself I'd rather get this work in and do this like I'm doing right now and be free for the rest of my life than have to work for the rest of my life just to please and be acceptable in other people's eyes. I believe in shortcuts, and I know of shortcuts. Some people say it ain't no shortcuts. Of course, you always gonna say it ain't no door whenever you ain't seen it. Once that light get cut on, though, you ain't gonna be saying it ain't no doors. You ain't gonna be saying it ain't no shortcuts because you didn't seen it. You don't know it's a shortcut because you ain't seen it. You ain't found it. There's plenty of shortcuts in life. You gotta find them. I thank God for my shortcut because I ain't finna play. I ain't playing around with it. Let me check the comments because I ain't been on there in a minute. 28 is right in your hands. 14 Yep, there you go. 14 phalanges. With much knowledge comes much sorrow. Yep. Vision without execution is just hallucination. That's right, man. I'm sure executing right now, man. Love you 45. That's real. One love to you. Much love, man. Yo, I ditched the flesh eating too and adding some fast along the way. Minimizing our consumption is the way to decrease our contribution to the system every day. Yes, sir, it is. That's my goal is to be on the land and everybody trying to get there. That's why I don't chastise people about, talking about what we need to be doing as far as diet and stuff like that. I don't chastise them because I know where we need to be at. And at the end of the day, some people is only in a position where they can talk about where we need to be, and they ain't got it just like that yet. Just to, showcase it. Because once I'm in that position, I got my land. I can show people how to do what we need to do. I can show people how to grow this weed. I can show people how to do everything that they might not be as pretty. Because I got a green thumb like a mug too. That's another thing that people don't, that I can't express like that. When you ain't got your own land and stuff like that to till and just go crazy. And that's what I plan on doing. It's just jacked up because they trying to change laws and stuff. They know what they doing. And to be real, it ain't as much land out here as people really think it is. And you got to be careful what land you get. And I ain't just talking about, water and stuff like that. You got to spiritually cleanse your land. You don't want to get no land and build nothing on it. And then you building on top of a grave site, an old Indian grave site or anything like that, and you got demonic activity going on in your house and you don't know why all of a sudden. You got to be careful where you can't just, that's why they don't just build on any land. They do all of the geomancy, dowels and rods, they do all of that stuff before they build somewhere. And that's the process that I'm going to go through. That's why I'm glad I got the knowledge I got, because I know to do that, because that's what geomancy is. It's crazy how all of this stuff tied back together. But that's it. Because when I get my land, I'm looking for my land, but I'm also gonna make for sure that I know the history of it. Wars and all type of stuff is taking place on this land. It's very rare that you're gonna come across some land that's just a paradise that ain't nobody's died on. Ain't no negative energy there. Because if it's a negative spot in a home in a prism, because that's what a home is. It's a prism. When I said not a prison, but I'm showing where prison and prism are linked. A prism is something that it's a geometric shape, but it entraps energy, is what I'm saying. So if you build a prison or a prism on top of a negative Taurus energy field, where a negative energy is lurked around or still lurks around due to the ley lines, you basically building a house for that to stay in. So that's why it's important to know the history of your land. And it's a process that you go through and stuff. And I'm going through every process that I got to go through. That even with the pyramids, if they're gonna be built, and I'm saying if now, and the reason why I'm saying if is because I don't want to do something that's gonna be negative to the earth. I thought about that. I don't want to you know, have rocks pulled from the earth, from the Grand Canyon or wherever, you know, I got planned for them to come from, and then something bad spark off. You know, that's not what I want to happen. You know, I know it's faults and all type of stuff. I don't want nothing to get shook. Of course, they taking rocks every day. They doing this every day to build buildings. So so of course I think about it. I don't want to let nothing stop me like that, but I just want to make for sure that I'm always in tune with doing right. And even if I got to sacrifice something that I would love to see for people to do, because I know it would unify people, and it would be a free energy plan like I got in store and everything and planned out. Because people think I'm just tripping, bro. I'm telling you, I got my IQ for one, for me to figure out what I figured out. No 8 billion people, bro, ain't figured this out. And I'm telling y'all, I know how to get them stones lifted. I'm telling y'all that. I just ain't got the material. And that's what I'm saying. I know how to get them stones. I know how to get that pyramid built. It's a lot of stuff is just it's just common sense based. And it's crazy for me to be saying what I'm saying, and I ain't been through school, that these other people, archaeologists and stuff, who study this stuff and question this stuff, I wonder, is they actors? A lot of them. A lot of them is actors. I'm knowing a lot of them is actors, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, my goodness, because I'm able to think and comprehend that. If you know how to interact with certain elements, and it's not me being secretive of what I'm saying, it's that I got to be towards y'all. It's about me being safe on my end with my own stuff. Because if I just outlay and put out my whole plan, I could just tell y'all exactly what I know of how to lift the stones right now. But if I did that, that's just putting my stuff out there, and maybe the CIA, you know it. Next thing you got your whole plan on there, you get knocked off. Next thing you know, they just doing what you had planned. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna just put my stuff out there just like that holistically. That's why I got a code, motherfuckers. Remember that. If it's something important that I need motherfuckers not to know, your ass ain't gonna know it. I don't care how smart of a CIA agent you are. You ain't gonna know it. You ain't gonna figure it out. That's why I told y'all I got if you knew the IQ, bruh, 3 points away from top tier. Y'all don't know, y'all just don't know what y'all playing with, bro. And I wish I could have been. And that been a while, bro. So I mean, shit, this is serious stuff, bro. I'm not playing. That's why I say it's like they already knew a certain person was coming, because me doing something this great as a young black male is going to speak to other young black males. And that's what I've always strived to do. That's why I wish I was a father to this day, so I could show people how to be a good father. I could show people that you don't teach your kid to go out here and worship money. You teach them how to do what they got to do to get money. Utilize their talent. Don't tell them to go out here and eat bad food. Show them a good diet. Show them how to grow their own food so that they don't never run out in the future, and they can pass that knowledge down to their own. That's just the basics. That's just the basics. My son won't be like I was, have no childhood and stuff like that, if I'm granted. My daughter either. I already got my name of my son. I already know the name of my son. That's the level that I'm on spiritually. I know the name of my son. Got it. If you want to say gematria, you know, I already know the name of him. It's actually a universal name, so it can be. That's another thing I did. Just like I'm ambidextrous, I can draw with my left and right hand. I can do left and right on both sides. I made it a universal name. It could be a girl or a boy name. Men usually don't do stuff like that, right? That's why I told y'all I got feminine qualities to me that I don't give a fuck about expressing. Not on no gay stuff, because I've already expressed I ain't with that. We ain't gonna even go into that. I ain't gonna go into that. But that's just straight up. That's the level spiritually, since y'all say that women is more in tune with spirit than men. Well, that's the advantage I got over y'all. Because y'all don't even think like that, most of y'all. I literally got my own. I got my child's, and it's of course my wife will have to agree with that. It's a two-way thing, but I think that would be the name. It's a beautiful name. I ain't giving it out. I'm not giving it out, but that's the level that I'm on, man. And I'm gonna change the world, dude. I'm not playing. And every word that I say, that face that's on the screen, bro, gonna be this it's gonna be remembered. For some people, it's gonna be remembered for bad. Some people, it's gonna be remembered for good. But that's what the symbol that's what the symbol is showing you. Overall, I've turned away from negativity in life, bro. I don't steal no more. I'm turning away from cussing. You know, I'm 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 trying to tame my sexuality and everything. You know, so I mean, that's just part of it, bro. That's part of it. But at least I'm open and I'm an open book. Other people just closed. Even with people who I know is on here ignorant and don't care, they just caring about gossip and listening in to hope you say too much about something. But I don't care, bro. I don't care. That's what I told y'all. Y'all forget that we all gotta die. That's what y'all forget. You get your little time of judgment while you want to, but don't forget who the creator is and who get the judge in the end. That's what a lot of y'all forget. And it fucked up about y'all judging me. Because all of us gotta get judged in the end. That's not a speculation. Why you think you here now? Think about that. Why you think you here now? You ain't know if any of us was any better than the next. We're shit. You wouldn't be here on this. You'll be in this so-called upper planes that we trying to get to, buddy. We all on the level. Y'all don't even realize how powerful what I'm saying is. Real talk. Every person in this world that y'all judge, every single person, realize that we all here spirit. We all spiritually supposed to be trying to. Some just lost. Some just in a circle, in a loop. Ain't even thinking about going nowhere and think that that's all that it is here. They just living. They just existing. Some people, they got their eyes on going up. Some people, they just don't care if they go down and go to hell. They don't care. You know, you got it's said in songs, you know. it's by a lot of rappers, you know. You got Young Jeezy, and what's that song that I like? I love it. He said something. What was the lyrics? He said something about, and I love it. It's something about going to hell, something like that. What did he say? He said something about, and I love it. Come on, bro. I listen to that song so much, and you mean right now I'm not gonna remember it. But anyway, man, some people think about that, man, and they at the end of the day, every one of us, we all here spiritually, we here at this earth on this earth realm for a reason, on the same realm. So that's why I focus not on judging people. I focus on helping people. Even if I don't understand them, I focus on what I could do to help them, not judging them. Like I just don't think like most people, bro. I'm really here to help people, you know, and everything. Like I just, you know, I got to put myself in a better position first. That's all that I'm doing. Uh, and man, it's the destiny of this, bro, is about to be amazing. That's all I know, man. I'm proud to be doing what I'm doing. I'm just proud to be alive. To be honest, grateful. You already did. Yeah, that's an important phrase right there. I was listening to one video where it was about quotes. And there was different quotes that was said. And one of the quotes that was said was something I had thought about. It was what you had just said. If you think of yourself as already dead, think about every day beyond this point. Consider yourself already dead, and every day from this point on forward to be your new life. You know, and everything like that. That's what Freemasonry and stuff already, you know, that's what that goes into. That's why, you know, with the Master Mason, the coffin and stuff like that, dying and rebirth, all of that type of stuff. Hop up in my spaceship and leave Earth. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go up to, oh, y'all really been coming. CIA. See, boy, it's a trip when they get mentioned because when Pharaoh started mentioning the CIA, it was a trip to me too. Yeah, y'all really been commenting. Wow. Yeah, y'all really been commenting. Agenda 20. I'm starting all the way from up here. Agenda 2030, you will own nothing and you will be happy, they say. Yes, cleanse the land. Yep. That's right. Yeah, 2030. Man, they've been talking, they got all type of agendas that they've been talking about, to be honest. I mean, and I think they doing that stuff to throw people off track. You know, 2045 agenda. I remember agenda 20 I think it was 21 actually, but we just passed 2021. I guess they got their goal achieved. They already stole the land. Now you got to rent it back. Yeah, right. All praises, man. Heavy on the green thumb, straight up already. I don't know what's wrong with Marley. I'm finna let him out. He whining. LOL, you can't own land though. That's real. I understand that. I'm just saying, in the essence of and I agree with that whole heart. And in the, let's say, in the heavenly world, in a good world, in a world where everything is like it's supposed to be, owning land is an illusion, and nobody owns land. But just for, in this world safety aspect, you got to be root chakra based, and you can't be too open with your land. Somebody gonna take advantage of you, to be honest. Trying to get a farm in Indiana or Kentucky, God willing, you will be my neighbor. Man, that'll be what's up. Straight up, to be a neighbor to any people that's got the same mindset as you. That's the best shit. That's how you do joint growing and stuff like that. That's a real neighborhood. And when you got one person growing their food on their farm and their land, on their expanse of acres, and then you got the next person doing the same, and y'all good and on good terms. That's how you start to grow communities. Real. That's how it was back in the day. That's the real America. That's making America great again. But it ain't about making America great again like Trump. It's about making the earth green. Mega, MEGA. I drew out a hat actually, making earth green again, and put that on a hat. That could have been a fashion design. Prism, right? Sage, tobacco, sweet grass. I stay away from sweetgrass. I ain't ever messed with, but I stay away from tobacco, to be honest. Cypress, holy plants right here. Cedar burning will keep away the more negative energies. I didn't know that. I just learned something from you. I think, don't cedar, ain't that what they use for barbecue? No, that's hickory. I'm tripping. That's hickory. Cedar. Sorry about that. I just did a 2-2-22 ritual with some very old cypress. Working on building a working apothecary. I know I said that wrong. Let's talk about the free energy I'm a maker. Okay, the free energy. I'll get to that in just a second. No, it's not crazy, brother. You just remember they got to learn there's a huge difference. Keystone, a maker. LOL. Yes, they can't figure it out, though. Here I sit, I in the pyramid. Pyramid, we all have CIA handlers. Yep. Pyramid, fire inside. I ditched my handler 20 years ago, LOL. Just block your frequency from them. Bury a wire deep in the ground. Draw that wire high up in the sky. Measure the voltage difference. Yep, definitely. That's showing the conduction. Yep. 8 hertz Schumann resonance. Tesla turbine. Preach it for the children. I'm dropping knowledge to them young. Straight up, bro. That's the best way, man. It's best to get them. Marley, you got to exit. Hold on. I'll be right back. Come on, man. Go. You are ridiculous. Goodness. Such a baby. Little baby dog. I be messing with his little self, man. You already changed the world, brother. Your frequency It's your frequency you put out. Yeah, I put out a negative frequency a lot because I'd be mad. I'm conscious of it though. It ain't good. It's not bragging on it. It's something that I'm conscious of. It's just like I react to negative energy, but it's very hard for me to start switching it to where okay, I get this negative energy of these people acting this way that I don't like. I'm gonna come on here and give them positive energy. It's very hard for me to switch over into that. But that's the transition aspect of mentality right about now. Over time, at least. Um, yes, loving these vibrations, keep sending them out. You already did right. This is a gift. You are judging yourself now. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, that's a deep statement right there. I ain't even finished what you reading what you just said. You are judging yourself now. That's crazy. That almost brought tears. Like I say, you probably wouldn't hear or listen to my other videos that I've said in the past. Spiritually, when I think of something that's on point, I get tears for whatever reason. Not like start crying, but I get tears. So you judging yourself right now, trying to fix what you damn did. Right. And look, this is where the meditate. This is where that meditating and going into the time traveling aspect and the mind aspect. That's where you sit down. What you just said, it's kind of like when you sit down at this point and you had them points in life where you be like, man, I wish I could have told my old self to do this or do that at a certain point, and could be doing what I'm doing right now. Sometimes you wish you could go back and tell your old self something. I've been thinking about that recently in reference to what you just said, about how sometimes I'd be sitting down and I'd be upon meditating, I'd be like, right now, man, I'm going to try to put myself in the mind of my future self coming back to have a talk with me right now at this point that I'm at in life. I don't know where I'm going to be at exactly in the future, but I got a good glimpse of where I'm supposed to be. And so I'm going to take this time to try to sit down and, you know, talk to myself about, my just re-examine everything. That's that self-reflection, like you just said, you're judging yourself right now. And all I know is it's just like, a lot of people say that when they pass away, they see flashes of their life before they go. So a lot of people say that upon near-death experiences and stuff like that. All I know is your memories that's why I tell people memory is the key to life. If there was no memory, you would not be able to operate. Nothing in reality will operate. If the sun that's memory. It comes back around to the same spot. It does the same thing in cycles, just like the moon. That's a memory. And it creates that's order. So memory is something I realize is slept on. I feel like it answers a lot of questions about our reality, of the questions that people have at least. But yeah, man, what you just said about judging yourself, man, right now, that goes into the past and present and future thing about that. We have open book. And when you're looking through these two eyes, hearing through the two ears, and breathing through the nose in the center, and your five senses as you're present right now, that's your present. In this book, you read in this life. So we reading right now. What do they say when you get a fortune telling or tarot, a reading? You know what I mean? So all of that stuff goes back to the reading and stuff like that. We are a book. That's kind of what this looked like as well, this drawing that I'm making out. It kind of looked like a book. Find your wild. That's how it goes. The occurrence of the Owl Creek. No, I'm not dead. I'm alive. Now that's a good, it's either way. It's either or. It's perception based. That's one of them questions I do know that my dad hit me with. Like I say, he's a Mason. He said, how you know we alive right now? And I'm like, man, like I don't expect it because he ain't got that. That's the thing about them, man. Some of them, they just don't seem like they got that character to think on that type of level, like to ask you nothing like that. They don't think that they. But then when I think about the movies that he liked to watch, I reflect on things like that. I know my father at the end of the day. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's just how he present himself. He don't present himself as it's this mysterious, weird type of. It's crazy, man. It's like he don't present himself as no gangster, as a thug, at all out here. He just present himself as a man in the world. He go to work every day. I always have fed his kids. Never was a day that he was out of my life or nothing. From birth. It's crazy. And for all his kids. So that's and I look up to that. So and I'm trying to reflect that, do the same thing and more. We are just talking about this yesterday. Yes, remember, indeed. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Soul group protection activation. I don't know exactly where. Godly, this thing it jumped down just like crazy. The occurrence at Owl Creek. No, I'm not dead. I'm right. Death and yeah, that's what I was saying. You said I'm alive. I'm with that too. It's just it's a perception based thing, and the reason why I say that is because in a way, the reason yes, we are alive. It's important to see yourself as alive and doing, and everything. But when you look at life, and you think about where you're going, and you think about where you've been at, and you think about what past, present, and future is, every moment that progresses on forward, your old you is a dying you. That's what because we are literally dying over time. We not growing more alive over time. We dying. That's one thing that's guaranteed in this life for every human being that's living. I ain't met an immortal. Yeah, and the thing is, I wouldn't know if it is one. I wouldn't even know if it is one because I ain't lived long enough to see if they're immortal. I ain't been. So whoever they is, if it is, shit, they good at hiding it. And so I mean, we all are dying at the end of the day, over time. That's one thing that's guaranteed. So I guess a good middle way to put it is we are dying. That's fair for both sides. One say we are alive, one says we're dead, but we are dying. That's saying that we're alive, and that's saying that we headed to death. That's 0 going to 9. See, one person might count backwards. One person might like to do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. One person might look at it like, I'm going to count to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can receive a perception that, a lot about a person's mind based off of their perception, how they project their perception of stuff. You could tell a lot about a person's personality, whether they're somebody who looks at stuff as a cup that's half full or a cup that's half empty at a halfway point. And that's what's amazing. That's what's going on right there with my work. I was thinking about that one day. If you count backwards, if you count backwards from 9 back to 0, one person might look at that. That's basically counting down to death. I mean, really, either or. If you look at it, if you start at 9, when you go to die, you become what? You become a 0. That's right. You become nothing anymore in this world. So we could look at it like that's where I'm showing y'all the 9 and 0. It's the same thing. Because you could also look at it like, okay, I'm starting off on my 0 day. And then those are all of the days of our lives. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's my favorite group, favorite rap group or musical group. Group. I'm saying group, not artists, but individual artists, but group. The harmony and how they rap and harmonize it with everything. These are the days of our lives, man. That's what's right in front of you, right there. The days of our lives. One person might look at it. I start off at 0 day, and my last day might be day 9 or year 99, because all of that is right there. The years, the months. This is a calendar. This is so much that's right in front of y'all. That's why I say it's worth so much, because this is a new way of looking at time. A way that people ain't never saw shown in front of them. And that's the problem with me not being able. I can't zoom in like I need to right now. So when I finish the full project, I need to know of what type of camera I need to show people. That thing that Sanchez be doing. I need to ask dude that I might have to get on the panel now so that I can ask him, because I know he ain't gonna answer from the chat. I need to know what type of picture that is, software that is used when he does that magnetism field thing, and it take a long time for it to load up, because that's exactly what I'm going to have to use as far as taking a picture of my work, because it's that darn big. I got to take a picture that's going to be big enough, and you can zoom into it real good and infinitely, so that people, because one of these cameras, these standardized cameras, it ain't going to do it from the phones. You got to zoom into this thing so that people can be able to, because this is a map, and people can use it as that. And then, beyond the paper, that's where I'm saying it's a technology. It's something that's a radar. This can be put into this is a technological device, so people won't have to look at it. Can be created as something portable for other people to use as a map of some sort. Without having to carry around a big old paper, if you get what I'm saying, to be short. It's literally a tech. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, how they use Dragon Ball radars to find the Dragon Balls and stuff, that's what I'm kind of getting at as far as that. This is a radar system. And I showed in the past where there's something called an aviation radar. An aviation radar just happens to have very similar symmetry to the device that they use, right? And it was crazy to me because the Nazca lines can only be seen from aviation, the air. So that stood out to me. I was like, that's crazy. Because now that aviation radar that they were weathering. They out in the middle of the desert. They did not have water. People wonder what these lines were for. I've heard it said in the past that they were trying to get water and communicate with the God or gods, plural. So, I wasn't there hey, who knows? I might have been, because I'm showing strong evidence of spiritual connections to there, man. Because all I know is the blood runs deep, man, because I don't know. I scare myself with this sometimes. I got moments where I just look at this and I'd be like, dude, where did this come from? I look back at myself years ago. I could never see myself doing this. I mean, nigga didn't thought about possession, all type of stuff. Like I'm serious. I didn't thought on every level, stuff that I don't talk about because I mean, man, at the end of the day, dude, goodness, man, I just don't see how. Sometimes, I'm literally doing this from my subconscious. It's like I already know where to place stuff at. How it's supposed to be turned, because if one thing got turned wrong or placed wrong, it just the whole thing could be jacked up. That's what's so amazing about it. Okay, let me continue to read y'all comments because I'll get off topic or off track. Death and life are inseparable, right? And I was watching something else about the universe, them universe videos. They was saying something about now when you say death and life are inseparable, they was talking about how what's important is that line in between sleep and awake. That point that you at in between sleep and awake, if you can catch yourself falling asleep, that's what I'll be trying to. And you can drive yourself crazy trying to do that too. You got to be careful. You really, with some of this special stuff, you got to be, I mean, spiritual stuff, man, you got to be careful because what they were saying is that midpoint, whenever you're getting ready to transition over into sleep to the dream world from this world, is important because there's something going on there. That's the transportation point. That's that 4.5 point. That's that middle section. And that's why it's so mysterious because the power, if you can comprehend that, you can comprehend what, with more about where the dreams is, what's sparking it, why you pop up dreaming about this out of nowhere. You know, some stuff that we dream about, I'm pretty sure a lot of us can say, you don't know why you just dreamed about that. It's just weird. It came out of nowhere. It's like like he was put in another person's body or something. I got another thing about dreams I had thought about too, that I hadn't said to people. You know how they have ghosts and stuff that people, spirits and stuff that still roam, and some of them be in cycles and paths that go at freak. I don't know if y'all heard that. Now that was a tap right there. Y'all probably ain't hear that. I'm pretty sure y'all didn't because I was talking. But I'm serious. But you know how you have ghosts and spirits? I was thinking about when people are dreaming. Sometimes you have a dream that you're not, and you know how people astral project. All of this stuff got to be connected because it's with the mind. When people is dreaming, I've thought that this is a speculation, and y'all rarely get that from me where I give y'all my mind as far as my theory on something. Now, because I feel like it make a lot of sense. Maybe if you see with these spirits, when you're seeing these spirits and stuff like that, when some people is sleeping, what if that's your spirit popping up on somewhere else on this plane, even as a memory? Even as a memory, old house or anything, because I have dreams about an old house that I used to live in. And I've thought about it like, what if I was really in my old house? And that was my spirit. But see, I moved it, and I moved a dish or something. And it's like, and what I'm getting at is somebody in that house that's living there now, they would look at it like if they would have saw any remnants of my movement within that house affect something, they would have seen it as that's a spirit, that's a ghost that just did something. But it's really just my energy signature, my memory from my brain, and me projecting from my brain to a different place that's here. And some, how what I'm getting at as far as that goes into the spirits going through the same cycle. Some of them go through the same cycle. They be stuck. They have this just like a nightmare. Some people have nightmares of the same thing over and over and over again, over and over again. Like they falling off of the same over and over again. And that would just make a lot of sense to me. I'm just saying on that. Some of us probably is projecting to places and, literally. But it's here. And we talking about alternate dimensions and stuff like that. I think it's a lighter dimension, but it's here still, possibly. And I'm saying possibly on that. And that's something that's crazy to me because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. It crossed my mind because I watch a lot of those paranormal videos. Y'all probably see me drop comments on this stuff and everything sometimes. I watch Paranormal Activity. Shout out to Twin Paranormal. All of them people, I watch their stuff. I stay away from the ones like Proven Demons. And Paranormal Activity now, they fuck with Proven Demons. I don't fuck with Proven Demons because they on that type of, they literally hunting, they demon hunt. I mean, they ain't even hunting, they are taunting. And they ain't with stuff like that. My mind it has always been on a curious type of. I know that type of stuff. Some people will look at you as crazy for. I saw this shadow figure, this type of stuff. I've only seen that once, and it was in a dream, a shadow figure. That's it. But I've literally seen stuff move by itself. And not only me, I've had eyewitnesses, not just myself, and know that I wasn't tripping. So I ain't nobody out of my mind. This stuff is real. It's something beyond this physical world that we living in. So supernatural, whenever you hear somebody say that magic and supernatural, all of that stuff ain't real. Some people tell you stuff that ain't, it's either because they honestly innocent and they don't know, or it's because they know about it themselves and they're trying to keep you out of from knowing so that they can take advantage of it and take advantage of you. Because you can take advantage of certain forces and stuff like that. So when you know certain stuff like this, and you got something called remote viewing as well. That's why I had brought up what I brought up to y'all about the crystal ball and witches and things like that in previous videos, 2 videos ago. The one I said I'd be my last one. People hacking into your mind and judging. That's been shown in a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that y'all see on TVs. Man, Dragon Ball, y'all sleep on Dragon Ball Z if y'all want to, bro. It was 2 instances within there where they looked into the mind. It ain't even just 2. Corn could read your mind. He'll just tell you to be, and you think that they okay. That's why I tell a lot of y'all, I don't just sleep on the Bible like that. Because y'all will say that, okay, the Bible say flat earth. It say that the earth is flat. The Bible even say that. And what I be saying to y'all is y'all think that that's the only one truth. Y'all are really shallow minded if you think that that's the only one truth that they put in there. Think about that, bro. That's very shallow minded. You think that's the only one truth that they put in there. I'm not saying the whole thing is true, but it's very shallow minded if you think that that's the only truth that they put in there. That's very important to think about. So I've just thought about it at times, man. I'm just spiritually, it's. I mean, I don't know if y'all have looked into the documentary on remote viewing. I just recently watched it myself, but all I know is it linked up exactly with what I didn't know it was. I've brought up remote aspect of reality when it comes to the stars myself. I didn't call it remote viewing, but I was talking about the stars. I said that the stars is basically a remote us, just like you have remote controllers and TVs and stuff like that. So if you can, when you channel energy, with stars and stuff, how do they be doing rituals and stuff? They draw stars on the ground. Okay. Excuse me. They say as above, so below. Stars are above, and they draw these shapes because what they call stars, they're all birthed from geometric shapes, polygons. The 5-point star comes from the center of a pentagon. The 8-point star comes from an octagon. So all of those are coming from these geometric shapes. That's why geometry, which is what the G in Freemasonry stands for, all of this stuff go back to the magic G, the magic, generating energy and stuff like that, directing, controlling energy, channeling energy, fortune telling. There's multiple secrets to the stuff that they keep from people. You just gotta, you gotta have a mind for it, man. It's but every moment you say next and continuing to read physically, maybe, but I am all I am energy. We don't die. Death is only a portal. Right. Yeah. And I want to say as well, I was thinking about women and how, because I think, man, I'm always a teeter-totter when I think on this and I grow on my thoughts. But I was saying how women is if the earth is hell and the women are proven to be a door, which is a portal to this world, the woman is the door. That's just common sense. If the earth is hell, then the woman would be the door to hell, right? I'm just saying. If the earth is, that's what I was saying in the past. But when you don't know what's exactly on the other side of this life, you don't know whether you could have actually just got saved from hell. Is what I've been thinking about. So that's the type of thinking that I'm on. So I just wanted to throw that out there because, like you don't know, we don't know, the woman might be saving you from a dark, you rushing as sperm to get from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? To become an egg, you rushing. You trying to be the first one. You trying to get the hell out of there. That's all I know. You trying to go. That's all that I know, man. So at the end of the day, bro, the woman doesn't have to. The earth is, that's just a perception. Could be perceived as hell, and it's really based on how we treat it, how we view it, and how we act as a whole together. Because it could feel more like heaven if we acted and treated it more like heaven. It's based on our choices as a whole, really. So it don't have to be viewed as hell, but a lot of stuff is really I feel like us as humans, we have to realize it's beyond our control, like weather and stuff like that in its natural essence. God, that's what, even though man is directing and controlling that, even and taking advantage of weather, but stuff like that God intended and how it's set up, God or the creator, whatever you want to use, the source. When it comes to certain stuff like weather catastrophes and stuff like that, with times and stuff, that's the type of stuff that they was fortune telling. Ancient, they needed to know stuff like that. They wanted to know when an earthquake was gonna come. They wanted to know when these tornadoes and stuff like that was gonna come. Now you got a wise teacher out here named Sanchez who said himself, that certain weather and stuff that we got today didn't even exist back then. He might be right. He just might be right. I'll get that to him. But what I am saying is, I know for a fact they needed to predict weather and fortune tell for weather and stuff like that to know where they needed to build, where they needed to crop, and do all of that type of stuff. That's a fact. And crops all deal with weather. Rain, I don't know whether that was the only destroying weather that they had to deal with, but if they had earthquakes and stuff like that, I'm just not gonna lie. I think they had hurricanes and tsunamis and stuff like that sometimes. They drew out spirals. That's just me on my end. They drew out spirals, and who's to say? Because that's there with the Nazca lines even. That's what hurricanes look like that. There's no telling what they could have been communicating when you go to that level of thinking on that. I'm saying you got to pay taxes with the land, need to focus on the individual being stewards to the earth, make earth green again already. That's right. Your body is your land from this land, and you don't own that either. You're right. Yep, you're right. We go right back down to the dirt. This is a rental. Tobacco as an offering to the earth when you take something from her. I don't smoke tobacco, just offer it as a sacrifice. Okay. Right on. Puppy tripping. We are awakening together. That's why I follow you, because you made me cry one time by showing me a truth that was so powerful, that was so beautiful, and I had never seen and would never seen without your perspective. Thank you, 45 in the create. That's real, man. That almost sparked something in me, man. That's real talk. Like, I appreciate hearing that. That means a lot. Like, real talk. Because whenever anybody drop tears they self or even feel that they might, man, that show that they feeling something, man. And like, that you never would have seen without me. You know, that let me, without my perspective and everything, that let me know that, you know, what I'm doing and everything is meaningful, bro. Like that make a nigga life feel worth it. You know, like I ain't living for nothing. I ain't working for nothing. You know, I do this for people like you, man. Or, you know, who straight up, bro. It's a very meaningful comment. Bliss. Indeed. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. That's real. We are just talking about this yesterday. I've been telling people 30 years we don't learn, we remember. Right on, right on. Memory, she going in on it. That's that's legit. It's all energy, frequency, vibration, especially your drawings. That's right. LOL, we're energy. Energy never does matter. Who, what, where, when, how. When I think of what things seem between illusion and I need to get some more glasses quick. I keep on saying it. Illusion and a dream. Remembering ourselves. You are trying to assign an image to reflect you, but you are source. Nothing can capture your essence. Yes. Remembering soul tribe. Yep. But if you dead that very moment, you are becoming more alive. Yeah, that's right. That's that's what's that's crazy because I mean, either way it go, you always coming. Lil Wayne said in that song with J Lo, every finish line is the beginning of a new race. That's one of my favorite. Now, among my favorite rappers, that's one of them. Based on his lyricism, that dude is talented, man. I look at rappers who ain't gotta write anything down and they come straight from their brain like that. That's something you can't mess with somebody. If you gotta write something down, you gotta sit down all day, sometimes a week, to write you down a full song. And you got this dude who just thinking out of his head and coming with rhymes and don't gotta write nothing. Highly revered. Off top, at the top. So Lil Wayne, I'ma always place him as one of my top tier in the top five, actually. In the top five. Now expect now songs like Hustler Music, them my favorite songs from him, like Hustler Music. Uh Man, there's so many of them because he got so many different styles and stuff that he done went through in phases. I mean, you got Millie. That was one of my big things back at that time. I just ain't big on his new stuff now because I feel like he kind of conformed to what the new cast is doing. I don't listen to new music at all. Like I don't listen to the break. I don't listen to the radio because every time I get back on the radio, it's been about for every 2 years I'll cut on the radio and sit and try to listen to it and try to see, and they still playing shit from when I was in leaving high school. That shit crazy to me, man. I said, ain't no way, man. This shit's crazy, bro. Shit is crazy. Do you see? But it is both. Duality fades into oneness. 999. LOL, life and death don't actually exist. There is only energy. I need to give me a what you call an arm so that I can start back recording my for my camera. So I can start back recording my videos and y'all can see me finish this project. That's what I need to do because I'm being that I'm coming at the finish. I do want to film the finish. I ain't gonna lie. I am gonna film that. I gotta find some type of way to film that and get that on camera, no matter what. At least the last three numbers. Praise to the God is supreme. All is one, one is all. Yes, zero. We are all in nothing at all. In a closed circuit, energy and matter can neither be made or destroyed, only transferred and changed matter. What path will we choose? It is never too late. I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. LOL. Crossroads 4545. High resolution. Being rebirthed here on Gaia was my choice. This is our way. This is why we are here. 999333. Folk would call us crazy if we spoke all we know. LOL, I say it anyways. That's why they don't. Like my ass, right on. Self-confidence, that's how it's supposed to be. The time has come. I'm ready for the next step. At that point between awake and asleep, I reckon is where astral travel takes place. I can get that. You know that spark that I talked about, that loop that Sonic jumps through, that pushing loop, that's kind of the type of energy that I sense going on there. Some I ain't gonna it's I feel like our dreams is broadcasted to us. You know how they talk about aliens. I ain't saying that the aliens is green men and stuff like that. I think that our dreams is some higher form of intelligence, whether our future self that knows what happens at the end and is watching us now. Because if you judge your life, think about it. If you judge your life at the end of it, that's kind of like time traveling, but it's like if you at the end of your life and you judge it, how do you judge it? Do we judge our life based on a TV? Is there a grand TV that we look at that the creator got? You know, that I mean millions of TVs with everybody life and everybody judge. How would this viewing process of judging your own life go? That's a good question. So my thing is, I know that the answer the, to deductive reason, for a fact, I know it ain't no TVs. That ain't how it's gonna go. Millions and billions of TVs for every person. We know it ain't gonna be that. So that's where it goes into the being in tune with the present, past, and future. Your past, your present, I mean your future self, and what I was saying earlier, looking back at what you're doing right now, being a guide, looking at you right now. Your future self that judges you is already intense right now. It's about your awareness of it, being in tune with it. Because once you aware, because your future self ain't gonna want nothing. For every soul on the earth, there's no your future self. The guaranteed future for all of us is death. That's guaranteed. That's one thing that all of us got in common. That's the guaranteed future, and that guaranteed self that all of us is guaranteed. No, the one thing that's also in common that everybody gonna have is nobody is going to want and look back and reflect at their life and say, "Man, I wish I would have did worse. I wish I had worse." Nobody's gonna say that. Ain't nobody gonna say that. Everybody gonna look back at it and say, "Man, and looking back at the stuff that they wish that they would have done better." That's why a lot of people try to change whenever they get at the end of their life. They try to change. So what I'm getting at is that when people are that future self that's looking or in tune with you right now, that you are to tap into, that future self, which is that higher self, that your future self is your higher self, just like your past self is your lower self. Your lower self is your bad decisions that you made. Your lower self is what you didn't know. Your future self is what you don't know yet, but that's your higher self because you're going to know that once that time arrives and you're in alignment with it. Our judgment comes from our heart. Heart, mind, and all of that soul is all connected. So that future self, that question that I just asked about the TVs, how would it be? Would it be billions and millions of TVs judging people upon their death and stuff? And we know that that's not the answer. It's that pretty much goes into that's kind of where that's where I get stuck at. I can't add and I can't take nothing off. But one thing that I do know is that when everybody passes away, we all gone. Uh, Nobody is going to say I want worse. I wish I would have did worse. Everybody gonna look at it and look at themselves like I wish I would have did this right. I wish I would have made this choice. Not in a regretful type of manner, but you always gonna wish you would have did better. And that's your higher self speaking. You have no choice but to meet your higher self once that time comes, when it's the end. And that's a very powerful statement right there, man. Real talk. You know what, Goddess? Most boy, I thought somebody just got the shoe, and I was about to say, God dang. I was about to say, golly, man, that was crazy. Shit. I thought I heard it. But that was some snow outside. Shit crazy. Most dreams are memories and alternate timelines. Yep. Yo, we out there. Yeah, we out there on these untread expanses, finding a new way. Keep the faith healer. Already. I'm an astral healer. Old cosmonaut. Yeah, Keystone. Do you ever dream you can fly? I have a couple of, I ain't gonna say a couple of times. I say about probably 4 to 7 times in life, something like that. Enough that I could count on both of my two hands that I can remember. But a lot of our dreams we don't remember a lot of the times. But consciously, any time that I did, I will tell you it was conscious. It wasn't something like I was just other dreams, like I'm just watching myself fly or feeling myself fly. I was consciously directing myself, and I chose to. It's like a thought that just comes to you. You just start floating, you know. But it never goes on too long. I always end up waking up. Both of you are. You have ships in the skies, ship of fools. Y'all are. Y'all not dreaming. You remembering your past yous. LOL. No ship of yous. Some travels will take you places to help you remember. Little boat gonna float. Remember all of you's past, present, future simultaneously as one. Yep. I yeah, a book, like a book, yep. Just different pages. I'm super magic. She don't tell anyone. Careful not to mistake your shadow as a shadow being. Yeah, see in real life, see that's why I said it was. I was asleep when that happened. That was and that was real. It was scary too because I was doing some searching, man, and trying to find myself. This was around the time of all of the tetragrammaton talk and stuff like that. Uh, I was, and when I say trying to find myself, that's why I was telling y'all because I've been going through a real deal. It's real rare that you see somebody who wake up, they going against the whole Jesus thing at one point, but then they start to revert vaguely back just to start to consider it. You very very rarely see in what y'all that translates in this conscious community to others as he woke up and he going back to sleep. That's what people take that as. They say once you woke, you ain't gonna ever go back to sleep when it comes to this right here. Okay. The reason why because that's what I'm saying. I went through stuff symbolically with this whole finding out what I found out that nobody else I've had an experience on earth and y'all wouldn't understand if y'all ain't walked in my two shoes, bro. All y'all, unless you watched this whole time, that's the closest you gonna get to it. Unless you understood and paid attention whenever I've been saying everything I've been saying, that's the only way you're gonna understand. When it came to this whole Jesus, the sun, star, and cross, like I'm saying, it's right in front of y'all face. And people wonder why I'm saying, I'm seeing similarities between me and Jesus. Jesus is 5 letters. I'm 5 letters. You know, Corey, that's simple, small little stuff. But when I get to showing y'all stuff like the tetragrammaton has Saturn and Jupiter on it, 4 and 5. The symbols for Saturn and Jupiter look just like 4 and 5, man. I can't make that up. I can't make that stuff up. And then you have an alignment in the sky. When we talk about 2045, okay, yeah, people talking about 2045 initiative, but okay, we know that they do stuff, big rituals and stuff based on these solar eclipse years. Nobody's talking about how the eclipse, not only 2045, it crosses over Arkansas, which is where I'm from. It makes an X, just like you see right there on your screen. It makes a perfect X. 2024 solar eclipse, and then 2045, right over Arkansas, where I'm from. Signs in the skies, ever been said in the Bible? That's just one essence right there. I be forgetting so many. So it's a lot of stuff that I know that life is short. We only get to live this life once. This life that we live in once. And I'm trying to get it right, man. So when I'm seeing different stuff, signs, spiritual signs from a religion, even if it is it, I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna look at it with an open mind. And it's drove me to that point at times where I'm like, man, it's just something to consider. Is something going on here? Because I ain't making this stuff up. I know I ain't going crazy. Tetragrammaton and the star itself, the 5-point star, all got the same exact math as my work. The angles and the angular measurements, every number that you see on your screen right there, the same exact. I can't make that up, man. That's too much coincidence. That's too much coincidence. That ain't even a coincidence. That gets to a point where it's math. That gets to a point where astronomy is coming into play, geometry, all of that in one. So I'm sitting up over here looking at it, and yes, I'm sitting up here like it's either I'm being shown that I'm something to deal with. Jesus might be what they talking about as far as a Buddha or a Christ, and I'm trying to not think like that. But it's stuff and then you got Osiris. The shaft of Osiris is at 45 degrees, and this dude was said to have been. A lot of people compare Osiris and Jesus to be the same, resurrection wise. And I'm like, come on now. The shaft is at 45 degrees. The Great Pyramid, if you get on top of it, it's cut up into 45 degrees. The line of all of them is aligned at 45 degrees. I'm like, come on now. I'm like, come on, bro. And ain't nobody in history been talking about this cosmology wise. Flat Earth been talked about how long, and ain't nobody been talking about that, about this. We talking about projection, a projected reality, but ain't nobody been talking about this. How 45 degrees, if you project something, 45-degree angle that's where the expanse of the universe is at. When we're talking about a universe that's steadily expanding at a 45-degree angle, that's what my work is showing y'all. That's where something, the path of least resistance, like the brother said earlier, I've said that as well. The path of least resistance is 45 degrees. That's the path of, the universe's expansion. That's how it can reach its farthest point, geometrically wise. So it's just, man, man, I could get out of breath talking about how much, it's drove me to question, just getting deeper into that religion and making sure, that I know more about it. Because this, yes, it scared me at times, man. The shit didn't scare me. Excuse my language. It scared me at times, man. Like that shit has scared me at times to where I'm like, man, like, because when you get to seeing stuff about the number of the beast and stuff like that, and then you see yourself coming with a number, that stuff right there will even scare you. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm saying, oh, I'm scared. I'm gonna start to worship this like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you get to certain stuff, like when y'all saying Jesus and Satan is the same thing, okay, I'm getting y'all on that. I ain't arguing against what y'all saying in it and showing with the pictures and stuff like that. But when it get to the number of the beast, and they say this number of and you get to showing a beast computer, and the beast computer also looks like exactly what I'm drawing out as well, and I can drop the symbol and see. That's where I'm just like, it's too much. It's and it get to being scary at some point where you like, bro, okay, what's going on? Anybody, I mean, I'm just anybody with a mind and would be in the same position to be like, man, okay, it's too much coincidence. What's going on here? And they get at some point it will frighten you to a degree, because we talking about your spirit. We talking about a religion that a lot of people, that a whole book is written over, and you in sync with it. You one person. We talking about antichrist that they talked about, that is supposed to come back and be talking about sciences and stuff that they couldn't argue with. It's literally said in the Bible. What the heck am I doing now? Exactly. They can't argue with it. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Top tier scientists. I just ain't wrote no book. I ain't wrote a book on my work. In the midst of it, writing the rough drafts and the brainstorming and getting the architectural blueprint and layout. But as far as writing, publishing, all of that, nah, ain't did it yet. But I'm telling you now, that's the best way for people to comprehend word for word everything, because I got so much that be coming off of my brain at once. But mathematicians, geologists, and all of these people can't argue with me. Judges and everybody gonna know about that's all written in the Bible. Yes, that has scared. I admit that shit that scared the mess out of me, bro. Like that shook me, man. Because it's like something showing you the Antichrist. Then on another end, it's being shown like you the Christ, and then people saying it, because I get y'all, I definitely get y'all, but at the same time, I'm showing y'all as well, like, bro, it's something going on here. Maybe who they talking about is real. These is white people who took advantage of this, and took no disrespect to anybody white that's watching or anything down the line or now, because it ain't nothing I got against white people as a whole. I'm talking about the people at that time. The white people at that time took over with this, used this religion to control people and everything. But this religion was built off of and stemmed from, it had to come from, and has remnants, and you can see evidence of it coming from other places, an amalgamation of other places. The whole book is built on fortune telling. It's telling you what's going to happen in the future, which is the future that we living in now, because it was written in the past. So the whole book is a fortune telling book. The Bible, yes. So at the end of the day, it made me think and question, man. Like, shit. I don't know what's going on here, man. Like, they ain't seeing what I'm seeing, man. But it's a lot of stuff that I can't make up, and I'm coming with a divine message that nobody, bro. 8 billion people got skipped on this earth, and 8 billion. I don't think y'all count to 1 million. I'll see you at the end of the day, and you ain't gonna be halfway through. That's what I'll get. Okay, you get what I'm saying? Count to 1 million fast as you can. I will see you at the end of this day, and you probably might not be halfway. I'm guaranteed. I know you ain't gonna be through. I can tell you that. You're gonna lose track a couple of times. You're gonna lose what number you on. Now, multiply that million times 999. You just got 1 billion. Now do that 8 times. That's how many people is said to be in the world. I know that's, y'all say said to be, that's what they say. But I'm just going to tell y'all, based on common sense and doing the adding of the math of what I've done just on the United States. I did the population and added population just in the United States. And I'm telling y'all right now. And I'm going off based off of the consensus and everything. I didn't want to do the whole world because that's a lot of, I can't try. That's a lot of work, man. But based off of what the United States, man, I'll give them that. I'll say they right around 8 billion. That's a respectful number. I can get in that. It's reasonable. I know a lot of y'all will say, we all jam-packed in cities, so it'll make it look like it's more. But once you consider it's somebody dying, it's somebody being born right now at every minute that we speak. Don't just consider where you at in your city. Consider the whole United States. Don't consider just the whole United States. Now consider other continents and countries, and consider the whole world. This is going on at every second that we speak. Population always going up by the hundreds as I'm speaking within 5 seconds. Hundreds of people just been born. So it's always going up exponentially. A lot of people don't think about that though, because we be confined to one place in the world as well. India got a lot of people, man, a lot of people in their population. But anyway, man, I'm just saying, bro, it's when that's why I've acted like I've acted a lot of times. When it ain't because I'm trying to be a Bible thumper or nothing like that. It's because from my point of view and the walk of life that I come from, what I've been through, I couldn't have no other choice but to reconsider some stuff and look at some stuff, because it's been that deep. It's literally been that deep when you consider it's not like I'm showing something that's synchronicity. I just mathematically and astrologically, when you think about what that book says about signs in the skies, and then geometrically, we know mathematically, numbers don't, only a man can lie about numbers, but at the end of the day, math, if it add up, it's going to add up. Numbers ain't going to lie, period. And I've already shown in the past with that tetragrammaton star, the 5-point star, were the same exact symbol, the mathematics. And that's the golden ratio right there. That all goes back to that spiral. That it all goes back to that. So, it's I don't do what I do just to be like, man, hey, y'all, I want y'all. I want y'all. And I definitely ain't trying to push nobody else to read no Bible or be all into the Bible and be a Bible thumper or nothing like that. I don't be trying to be on here preaching to nothing at all, bro. I'm just here for the truth, period. And I just feel like I've been targeted spiritually. That's what that right there as well. See, with me putting my face in the background, I've thought as well about not putting my face in the background, because that even in itself is kind of scary. Think about what happened to Christ. I just said earlier about the crown of thorns, but that right there also looks like a target symbol. When you think about what a sniper target looks like. Yeah. That's kind of sad and scary when you think about what that entails, but, that's the only way that I can be known with my stuff, man. Otherwise, other people ain't, people ain't showing that they want my stuff to be known to me as much as I want my stuff to be known to me. Like, if I was an 8th grader that figured this out, think about how much people would be supporting me. If I was an 8th grader that figured this out. 14 years old, 13 years old, just drew out the numbers 0 through 9. You know how amazed every adult would be that comes into my path? If I did it, that's why I say time and placement is everything in this reality. Because if I would have did this when I was younger, ain't no telling how on my ass people would be. That's real talk. I couldn't imagine it. That's real talk. It's come to think about that. That's a powerful statement. So, I mean, this whole project, man, I mean, it looks like a freaking sniper. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like a target. So I have thought about not putting myself in the background. And I thought about putting the earth. I thought about putting the earth in the back, because that's what it is. It's a symbol of the earth. Measurement, geometry equals earth measurement. Literally the word. I'm showing y'all, it's showing what the square and compasses really is. Right there in front of people's face. Earth measurement. My name, Corey, just happens to be, it's not getting around the earth. It's heart. I've shown that in the past too. Corey means heart, but it also, the sad part about it, is it means in a hollow. A hollow is a hole in a depression. A hole, a depression. Suits me very well, bro. Suits me perfectly. It does. It does, bro. You know, cause I know that I did. You in a hole when you know that you deserve, or where you know where you could be, and you working to be where you could be, but it no try to get in where I fit in. No room for a nigga. The top gets smaller, and I get bigger. The top keep on getting farther away, no matter how hard you climb. It seems like that's when you're in a hole, and you amazing, but you not being shown it. Sometimes it take other people in the world. That's just the way it is, bro. Think about, would Michael Jordan be as big as he got if nobody ever clapped at his games, if nobody ever shouted out and rooted him on? I'm guarantee you and telling you, you might not think that it meant anything, but if it wasn't nobody in them stands watching them, the NBA wouldn't exist, bro. If ain't nobody rooting them people on, the NBA don't exist. If ain't nobody supporting somebody, it ain't gonna exist, bro. So that's why I've been telling y'all, I know the game beforehand. That's why people choose not to support, bro. Y'all have no reason not to support me at all. And that's why I tell y'all, if you had a reason, you voice it. And that's why I also open the panel for debates and anything, bro. Just like I did 12 hours yesterday, and no longer can anybody say that I never opened the floor. I had my whole floor open yesterday. I don't want to hear that Sanchez was live, because I was live before him. So at the end of the day, man, you got to really consider the things that I've been saying, man. Like I don't know, man. I always have said I would hate for people to, figure out how impactful and serious I was, how meaningful my work was until I'm gone. But and some people just look at it like that's just the way of life, and that's just how it is. We all gotta go and stuff like that. It happens to the greatest of us, but nah, I'm not having it. Not me. That ain't how I want my life to go. This story ain't going like that. I'm not gonna just be a number. That's not just how it's gonna be. That's all I know. Period. Point blank. Um, at the end of the day, I'm making for sure that face right there is remembered and revered. And I'm not talking about worship. I'm talking about remembered for greatness, man, not for what people want me to be remembered for. For what I know that I should be remembered for. That's for greatness, bro. I did great things. And upon that, I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic real quick. I'm gonna go make me my last cup of coffee that I'm gonna have for today. Uh, I'm gonna come back and I'm going to light one up, see if anything else sparks up from on my mind, and then from that point, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here, man, and let y'all have it. Or I might just let this thing sit and see if people want to have any. If they ain't at this point, they ain't going to. They ain't got to press the needle in no more. Y'all got the Corey virus. That's straight up. Y'all got the Corey virus. Y'all already know this 45 is ingrained. It ain't shit that nobody can do to argue against it, man. It's straight up. I ain't even being cocky, but that's just amazing, man. That's just amazing to me. I can't lie. Here goes the computer freezes. Walk into the darkest place in the forest, can find frequency, vibrations, keep the faith. Yep. Hold the line, indeed. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Oh, oh, oh. Yep. Prepare yourself. Oh, I ain't mean to do that. All is imbalance. That's right. Gotta give a little to get a little. Yeah, that's right. But we have destroyed the climate control machines. That's why the weather has been tripping. And guy ain't playing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Accidents. Have I seen the Raven? Nope. Mm-mm. I don't watch TV or movies like that, to be honest. You won't believe it when you meet him, the intelligence. Right. Doesn't like the code, but just watch. I worked with the Bird Nation last year. They assisted us in ushering in the new 11D activation codes. The Raven is the Corvette. It's a Corvette as well, like a crow. It's a big version of a crow, basically. They're one of the smartest birds. Is there such thing as coincidence? I don't know what these things be. I don't understand. I don't never click them links because they ain't finna have me click on something that's gonna shit have them letters pull up at the door. Hell no, not me. I remember when niggas used to do that porn bomb and stuff back in the man. That stuff I don't know what was going on at that time when people first got on YouTube, bro. That it was crazy back then. That was when I used to first get on the panel. That was like 2017, 16. That's why I've been telling people. I don't know about other people who come in his chat and stuff like that, but I've been around for years, bro. I'm one of the people. Like when Dreads Now was on there, when they was first on there with Google Hangouts and stuff like that, I was on there. I was on there with them back then. Vegan Warrior. That's when everybody would get on there and talk, argue, all of that, bro. But I can't believe people used to actually do that. And I also have wondered how them niggas got caught that did that. They probably did because they got stopped. I don't see them doing it no more. I don't want to say the name because it's another guy who had the name, but his first name was Tim. I ain't gonna say the last name. I'm not talking about Truth, and I'm not talking about Tim Truth, but it was. It's just crazy, man. I just think about that shit sometimes because I'm just glad I ain't see the bad stuff that they said that people were showing. I never even actually saw a full blown porn bombing before. Like even the one with Young, I always missed it. That's the crazy thing about it. I always missed it. I think I saw one, a glimpse of one, and that was all I know is man, it wasn't no bad stuff, bro. The other, I don't even want to mention that because they was taking stuff too far at one point, bro. I heard, but I never, saw that. I'm glad I didn't. Shit, crazy, but I can't believe that people who do. I mean, there was some Asian. You talk about Asian behavior. It's like they was doing that shit trying to stop people for real from. That was their way of. It's like that was their way of stopping people from putting out the truth before they came with the full fledged YouTube restriction, censorship stuff. That was right before that. It was like them was a wave of people that they had out here trying to stop people. Literally. That's how I look back at that shit. Now, when I really think about that and look back at it, the order of it and how that happened and how they targeted specifically with flat Earth, that type of bombing was only going. I mean, I don't even remember people doing stuff like that with video games and stuff. That was specifically done with flat Earth stuff, and it was the type of bombing to where people could go to jail for that. Like you could get some time for that, bro. That could have got somebody in trouble, somebody doing certain stuff like that. So when I look back at that, that's the type of stuff that I think, yeah, real talk. I think there was some agent type cats that was put out here trying to stop people, man, trying to put put a bad put bad and trying to muddy somebody, set somebody up basically. That could have been a way, but see, when you got ties, they ain't know who they was fucking with. I think that's what happened. When you got ties to law enforcement and stuff like that, that's where you're good. So yeah, they asked probably they asked, they asked probably ain't around no more just to come even thinking about that as a matter of fact. Because old buddy, old boy got ties. He used to be a police officer. Straight up. But that's who they was targeting. That's the main person they was targeting. Sad. Let's see how people do it, bro. Keep telling big us y'all checking out for a bit piece. Yeah, I'm about to go warm up this cup of coffee, and I'm finna go get stuff this pipe this last time before 12 o'clock. I smoke in segments of the day, just to let y'all know. I smoke at certain times. I only smoke after I get certain goals done and everything. I'm a very strategic person, bro. I'm not somebody who I smoke for medicine. I don't smoke just to get high. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I don't smoke just to get high and be out of my mind and all of that type of stuff. Does it take me out of my mind sometimes? No, it don't take me out of my mind, but it helped me see stuff from a deeper perspective. I know that for sure, but yeah, I ain't on here just smoking just for fun, bro. I get on here and I do that for my medicine because number one, y'all remember that I have epilepsy, so I do that to keep that at a minute level. That's why you notice how I haven't had to say y'all hold on. And it'd be a pause like that, because usually whenever I do my other videos, I got several of those like y'all hold on, and it'd be quiet for a little while. That'd be because I'd be either having a seizure or stopping myself from having one. I ain't had to do that once this time. That let y'all know something. So that let me know something. I know that shit. So when I did, I think I was plugging up my charge or something like that. So I'm finna go do that real quick. Hit me up on an email or check out some of my music on you. I support people whenever I see when people tell me to do something like that, especially music or something, or if you could draw or something, I'm gonna check out somebody's stuff. I ain't got no problem with liking somebody's videos, almost every one of them to support. I'll actually listen to your stuff too, especially if I like it. So and I'm here to support people. If you dope, bro, I'm gonna support you, man. That's straight up. That's straight up. I don't know about other people, bro. I ain't on that hating type of, I ain't gonna support this person. All it's about is me, is I'm the best at this and type. Bro, if you dope, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know where you dope at. And if you bad, I ain't gonna be ignorant with you at all. I'm the type of person that is real respectful, and I'll tell you what you need to work on from a respectful place. Like for somebody who make beats or something like that, you might not be adding in synthesizers or something. You might need a little bit more reverb on something or something, and echoes or something. And you might not hear that, but I'll come at it in a respectful way. But one thing I am gonna do is support. That's just how I am. Yeah, hello. You can drop the link down there in the chat. I don't know if you got. Yeah, you probably got to be a moderator in order to. I don't know what. Yeah, is the start a moderator thing? Nah, that ain't how you make a moderator. That ain't even favorite in a comment. I make all different. That's what's up too. See me, bro. Real talk. See, I said I'm gonna start back making music here soon too. Real soon, like, cause I rap sometimes. But what I've been saying to myself too is that I really wish I could make other music. Like reggae is one thing that I'm really into. Um, But classic rock I love. If I could play any instrument, I'll play the electric guitar. That mug right there, great, and the regular guitar. But yeah, I'm on that type of tip because I'm them is my three favorite genres. Only genre that I mainly don't, the main stuff I don't listen to is Renaissance, and the other stuff I don't listen to is gospel. I do not like gospel, and it ain't on no demonic. Oh, I can't stand you. You know, it ain't. I don't like how they make that stuff sound. Like I don't. It's like man, I just don't, bro. It's too much yelling of a choir. You know, I don't like that. It's too much screaming and yelling and stuff. Like quiet it down a little bit. But hold on, man. I'll be here talking forever if I don't go fill up this pipe. I'll try. It's mostly instrumental. That's what's up. Cause I can rap on the instrumentals if you make them. But I'll be back. Yep, your boy is back. Got the coffee, and now it is time for the smoke. Let me mute my mic while I'm swallowing my coffee, man. I can't stand. Look, that's another thing. I don't know what type of pet peeves y'all got, man. I got certain pet peeves I can't. I can't stand people crunching like a motherfucker. I can't stand people crunching in my ear, and I cannot stand swallowing noises. That's why I'm very, very polite when I tell you. I apologize for when I'm eating or anything like that on camera. And the audio is super loud because that right there is a pet peeve to me. So I put myself in other people's shoes. I'd be like, I know they probably ain't got the same problem, but shit.
I apologize, you know, because I can't stand when a motherfucker be crunching. Like, I don't care if it is a chip. Try to be quiet. Like, this shit funny, man. It's crazy. But I'm a drink my stuff and I'm a yeah, fill this up. I also wanted to introduce y'all to he's not a friend, but a person on here that I watch on YouTube. Uh, if you want to learn how to draw, because I don't watch anybody else to learn how to draw, but I'm gonna refer y'all to somebody if y'all feel some type of way about me not teaching y'all, because I could teach y'all, but y'all have to show me that y'all want that. If you do want me to teach y'all, I will tell, and I'm not scamming. I'm gonna be real. If you want to learn how to draw, because I am a very good teacher when it comes to teaching anything really, but teaching drawing specific. That's a automatic by default strength area. If you would like to learn how to draw, I look. I am trying to make it in life, man. We all is out here. People donate to other people all the time. This is the moment where I'm gonna tell y'all you can donate. Uh, and it don't have to be a big amount. But what I am gonna ask for every one of my viewers is starting off at $5 a month. $5 for the first month. If I get if I get 4 people to send $5 in, and I would send y'all, I would screenshot the cash apps and everything, you know, and shout people out and everything to show y'all. Then I will go ahead and do that, teaching y'all how to draw. Like I'm about to show y'all this guy is. He's live right now. His name is Bradwin Jones. He might be live, right? It's showing that he's like, yeah, he is. And I just want y'all to, you know, if you want to learn not from me, you can learn from this guy. And see, that's the type of guy I am. For me to do think like that and do that, bro, I ain't the type of person like I want them to buy from my stuff. That ain't how I am. I'll shout other people out, bro. This dude can draw too. He draw good too. You know, so I ain't no hater type. I don't know. So if people ever thought that I am, I only get frustrated with people that I know for a fact is hating on me, but they want to sit up and act like they ain't in front of other people just because, you know, and people know, but I ain't trying to reopen no doors or nothing like that. But if it happened, it happened. That's just how it is, you know. But you know, I ain't tripping. But if it persists, then the demonic, I ain't gonna say demonic, the dark Corey, the dark Corey shall resurface. That's how it is. But I'm finna shout him out real quick. Real good artist, Bradwin Jones. He live right now. I'm gonna show.
Students with ADHD save 10 hours studying with this Chrome.
Come on now. That's how you spell it right there. Bradwin, and that too. That's another. That's
But no,
clearing your throat in front of people. That's rude too. I don't be
Skip the
meaning
ad.
to do that.
Save a few seconds.
I have to do a lot of reading for my job, you know, emails, reports, write-ups. But sometimes reading can get
plein air painting.
I'm trying to get a check
by painting, and how it was like a total disaster.
Some steampunk, LOL.
And anyway, so I pulled it out from the archive.
Do you want to do a female or a male cyborg next? Smiley face. I have a bunch of references.
Cold-blooded with drawing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, send them on over. I'll check them out. I need all the help I can get. But here's the painting that almost broke me mentally. And see where I was talking about how I had a lot of
and the reason why
there was way more there was like I seen like 100 trees. It was like
I
100.
think you
Hold
need
on a
to do
second.
Johnny Depp as Pirate Jack Sparrow.
We'll do.
My bad. The reason why I'm shouting him out is because he's very, 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 I want to extremely emphasize very, he's very consistent. This dude streams every day. I've been watching him for the past, since he on day number 50 something right now. I ain't got my glasses on. Number 58 today. I've been watching this dude for the past 58 days. He's only missed, I think, about 3 to 4 days. That's it, out of 58 days. So on the grand ratio, shit, he's every day stream. So, and that's how Class is, you know. I don't see any other artists on here going every single day. You know, that's how any class is for anybody. I don't learn from him because I already know how to draw. I'm self-taught. I'm an autodidact. I've been doing this since I was literally with my mom. Me and my mama used to sit down and draw. I used to trace my hand, and from there, you know, it went from there to drawing Winnie the Pooh. That was the first thing I remember drawing with my mom, and then from Winnie the Pooh, that little how to draw thing they had on that VHS at that time, I remember. From there, it went to Dragon Ball Z. From Dragon Ball Z, that's where it went to People, and from there, it just went to everything. And I became a what they call a master drawing artist. So him right there, he's streaming every single day, and he draws different styles. He draws different ethnicities. He shows you how to shade. He shows you all of this stuff that you need to see. So if you want to, you know, watch anybody and learn how to draw from anybody, he's a good person to learn from. I just wanted to share that.
We'll do.
Cool drawing.
Christian, what's up? Plein air painting. And I just remember the emotional roller coasters that I went on. It was so bad. It was awful. But yeah, I'll keep this forever. This reminds me of just that emotional. Oh man, it was crazy. It was like up and down, like just trying to control my emotions and not like give up and just keep going. So anyway,
Right on.
let's see,
It's the way of
Christian,
life,
cool.
don't
Hey,
give
thanks,
up.
man. Talk about how awesome your shirts are at Broco the other day. My shirts? Oh, really? The rhythm heads? Thanks, man. Let's see. Yeah, check out Christian. He's got a podcast. It's really cool. It's called Sketchy Van Podcast. And I got into his van not too long ago. It was actually like right before I moved to Austin. So I was all like, you know, dealing with all that stuff. But yeah, let's see. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. Did I turn it back on? Yeah, I did. Okay. But yeah, check out Sketchy Van Podcast. It's really good podcast.
I'm gonna be his friendly competition.
And
I'm on
yeah,
the way.
totally.
Ain't gonna lie, I'm
like
on
a
the way.
sci-fi. Looks like
'Cause
some
see,
weird.
he's
Somebody
been
asked
through
me like,
school.
"What's that shirt about?"
I'm
Like, I was wearing
self-taught.
it like at the.
I'm gonna put on for
like
the
a store or
self-taught. It's
something.
gonna be
They
a
thought it
white
was, like,
boy and it's gonna be a black
some
boy.
sort of cult. Or
I'm the
something,
black
probably.
nigga on the rise coming from zero.
But anyway, so yeah, that was the painting I was talking about yesterday. I just wanted to show it to you, and so much emotion and chaos. Like, yeah, that's another thing I need to do. I feel like the stream is just me talking about things I need to do that I haven't done yet. So anyway, birthday. That's the date. I'm gonna release it. And punishment, I don't know. Just how about just the general shame
Do
of?
you know Kim Jong-gi?
No, I don't. Maybe I've seen his artwork. That sounds kind of familiar. Let's see. Let me look him up. Kim Jong-gi. Does he do? What does he do? What kind of art? I love this. You guys give me like all kinds of cool things to look up. I got Cyberpunk 2077, Kim Jong-gi. Well, ink. Let's see. Korean artist Kim Jong-gi was born in 1975 in the town of Goyang, located in the
And a
province.
puppy show, lol, just kidding.
Let's see. He does a lot of inking. Oh my gosh, these are pretty good. Not pretty good, but really good. That's crazy. Let me show you. Let me see. Where's my screen capture? Display capture. There you go.
He's Mango Wizard. Painting colors is a very cool and beautiful feeling.
Wow, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, that Kim Jong-gi guy has some cool art.
That's amazing.
Let me see that.
That's like,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like that.
wow. That's a.
If I like it, I say it. I don't like art
design
like
of the
that.
drawings too. The way the style, the way he vignettes and stuff. That looks really cool. Nice. Let's see display capture. Now we're back to my simple my simple.
Sometimes y'all want to know what I'll do.
spreadsheet.
I'll sit down and draw the same picture he
I'll try to put a
drawing
little
with.
bit more heavy.
One day I'ma
texture.
do that with y'all.
Reference a lot. It's pretty impressive.
Matter of
to see.
fact,
Yeah, that
I'm gonna
would
try
be.
to make that my
Oh my
next
gosh,
stream.
can you
for y'all.
imagine?
If I can find out,
You must have did a lot of like
find out
life
how to set
drawing,
up my camera.
like to study and
But see,
stuff.
y'all
and then,
donating would help me
then you can
be
use
able
his
to get the stuff that I
imagination.
need so that I could
That's
teach
what
it and do
Jeff
everything.
talks about,
Y'all just
like,
gotta trust me. You know, that's all.
having-
I'm
He's a
saying,
living
trust.
legend.
Like that
having a
sister
lot of,
said, you know, you gotta give a little to get a little
Oh,
earlier.
yeah,
That's
that's,
all I'm
that's a
asking
good
for.
word for it.
James Gene Feller.
If y'all can give a little, then I can
Dynamic.
give
That's
back.
the good word. That's a good
and-
word to
and
describe
Not to get
what I just saw.
give
That
a
was
little
amazing.
back, but to give a lot back. You know, I feel like every human being on earth
see,
is
where
Have you
it's a
seen
natural
those
ability.
single-stroke dragon paintings on YouTube
After you've
before?
done it for a certain
Oh
amount,
yeah, those are cool.
you might
I like
not be
those.
the best
Yeah,
top
the-
tier artist, but
Yeah,
just
very
like writing
minimalist, but like right to the
is
point.
a language,
Those are
and
really good.
we all learn how to write to communicate.
Well, I didn't really get to
That's all
finish this
drawing
one,
is
but
communication.
probably about like
And
70%
everybody
done.
got their own style.
I've still got to
of
work on this stuff. I'll
communication.
do this at
And all
maybe
I'm
like
here to
later
do is
tonight.
open y'all up to y'all
see-
style of
See if
communication.
I post it or not on Instagram. But yeah, that was fun, guys. I really appreciate today's stream. Was it Friday already? That's so crazy. Let's see. Yeah.
Her chin is too
Definitely.
big. It's too
Um,
much to the left.
yeah, I want to look at his stuff a
He is
little
known
bit
for his
more.
ability to draw without reference.
That's the thing about speed
Does he?
drawing.
Is it all like freehand ink? Because that's insane. That's some heavy.
Yeah, I thought those were interesting. Thanks for stream, Brad.
Yeah, I'm totally going to check his stuff out. Does he have a book? He probably has a book or something, huh? Yeah, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to try to get another book that I'll just look at for a little bit. But yeah, you know how it goes.
Yeah, enjoyed the stream. Can't wait for the next one.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, Stard. I really appreciate you guys. Letitia, all y'all. Series of Theories. What's up? And yeah,
I watched him draw a
Speed,
comic
what's
book
up?
page. It took him an hour to draw a page that usually takes over a day. They were reading him the script and he was just drawing it. No reference.
Oh, you
no
got something
perspective.
reading out his
Wow.
YouTube chat. That's
That's
Reference
crazy.
in his mind.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the reference in the mind. So he must have done a lot of like really heavy study as like an art student.
Spy Game is one of his comic books, and he does huge drawings. His
Spy-
stuff is also very graphic. Check out his life story. Thanks.
I will.
Take care. He practiced so much to freehand.
Yeah, dude, that's so crazy. I want to get, yeah, man. There's too many things to
Thanks,
do.
Brad.
I want to do
Awesome as always.
digital. I want to do
Slightly
oil.
smiling
And when
face.
I
I want
said
to do
teach y'all
inking
how to
now
draw,
'cause I just saw
I'm
him.
talking about teach
I want to do
y'all fully
everything
how
that
to
I see
draw.
somebody else
I'm not,
do. It's like there's too much. And sculpture.
I'm not
I want to
even
do
playing.
sculpture too.
I'm talking about like
gotta get that
real
course out, the
portraits.
next drawing course. So I have the anatomy. Check that one out if you haven't. Try to pick it up if you can. It's on sale. It's $87. 14 demos,
$3.33.
hours. It's a lot of. It's really intense, but you'll learn a lot. And then I'll work on the next one too. And the next one's going to be focused on proportions and rhythms, and that's going to come out. The release date is going to be my birthday, the 25th. said it here, so you'll keep me hold me to that, and I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is
And see, he comes on every day. So that's really how I need to be. That's nothing that I can't do. That's something that I seriously can do. That's something that I'm willing to do, actually. It's very inspiring, and I want to shout out to him because he goes live every single day and does what he does and offers what he offers to people. And me, myself, I want to do, very similar. I'm not trying to copy him, is what I'm saying. That's why I say it's inspiring. Of course, I'm going to do my own thing in my own way. Because there's other stuff that I want to teach as well. It's a certain way that I want to teach. It's certain stuff that I want to teach people because it's certain things that I realize about drawing. Because certain artists, when they teach people, certain professors, they might start. Some people start off from a perspective based aspect. Some people, like he just mentioned, composition just then. I know all of that stuff that they're talking about from artistic terms. I'm very well versed, just like I'm intelligent, show intelligence in other areas. I'm of course intelligent in art. I'm not just somebody who can luckily draw and got the talent. I got a mind that matches the talent. So both sides of the scales is even. At the end of the day, when it comes to drawing a new from a new perspective, from a holistic perspective, that's where I'm coming from with it. That's what I'm bringing to the table. Because everything, how we look at it, is lines and circles. It's the way that you look at things. That's what makes it easier to draw. If you look at something complicated or as complicated, then you're gonna have a complicated time drawing. But if you can break things down into simplistic things, symbols, simplistic, that's what cartoons really is. Your head is a what? If you outlined it, what is it? It's a circle. And two eyes would be what? They'd be dot. This is how children draw as well. They start off with symbols, simplifying things. So drawing is something that what's the use of it? If you want to, you can use it as a gift. It's another form of art. Just like you could. One way that I used to really reach my family was through my music. That's how I used to really reach them, reach their heart. I realized that whenever I used to rap certain stuff and say certain stuff, they used to reach their heart. It meant something to them. That was my phone. But it meant something to them. And so another way that you can reach people is through drawing. You can reach the heart. Now, of course, you can do it in negative ways and positive ways. But positive, of course, is the best way. So, drawing is a great thing, a great ability to be able to do. It's a fun thing to be able to do once you really, take grasp of, some people call it a talent, some people call it a gift, some people call it a skill. But I see it as a skill. A talent, it can be. Especially when you get to drawing stuff out of your head. You don't need any picture reference. You don't look at anything. You just like I was saying with Lil Wayne. When Lil Wayne raps, he doesn't rap and need paper and pencil. So comparing him to somebody who needs to look or write on paper to visualize what they need to write or rehearse what they need to say in their brain compared to somebody who remembering their verse and saying something, they just don't compare. One of them is almost like an alien. And that, of course, would be the person who's doing this straight from from their brain. That's brain power. Shit going on out there. Anyway, yeah, that's straight brain power. So, I mean, and that's where I'm trying to activate right there. I'm not on that level yet of just draw. I can draw from the head. It's just like that's where the third eye activation. That's how you can actually tell how some people third eye is activated and how some people eye is not. Some people who it's if you got the ability to draw, because all drawing is, you need three main components is what I tell people. You need to be first off able to measure with line, and you need to be able to draw curves, and you need your value, which is shading. Line, curves, and shading, which is value. If you can do that, you can create depth within something. Okay, if you can create a curve, if you know how to mimic a certain curve, then you can draw any curve that you need to. And the lines, and once that's where looking at the whole compasses. Once you study that, that's how I'm gonna break that down to y'all. When you look at the compasses and that symbol that I'll be looking at. Because if you can look at everything that you draw, every straight line that you draw, if you break it down, is it leaning more towards a 45-degree angle, or is it leaning more towards flat? And you will have to visually be able to see that I'm explaining, of course, probably to comprehend what I'm saying. But I'm of course teach y'all how to draw, man. That been on my heart, even though I had said what I said. That's part of what I came here to do as a human being. I realized is teach people that, even though I said what I said in the past. But I've been on here for 3 hours, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'll see y'all next time, bro.